What's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a video podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene. Today, I'm joined by my co-host Adi up top.
Hello, everyone. Having a good day. I found out I went to see if I had a Floette in my game, and it turns out I did have a Floette in my ZA. I didn't realize I got that far in the game, so today's been good. Yeah.
Goated. Okay. Dedicated. All right. We also have joining us Tommy Cooleen. How you doing, Tommy?
I'm good. We'll see how I am tomorrow if I can get into NAIC, but
Oh, gosh.
Oh, you
that will
didn't
be
get
the...
in today? That
Yes.
sucks.
That'll be the
keep it
first thing.
interesting.
That'll be the first thing we're covering today, as well as just talking a little bit about that sign up. And yeah, Tommy, I'm definitely excited to have you on talking about megas today because you were around for even the beginning of you started before 2014, right?
Yeah, played like the very last. It was an internet, so it was nationals in 2013 was my very first event. So yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So you've been around for the
13
entire mega
years ago.
cycle when they got introduced and when they obviously they went away, but that's not really the relevant part we're talking about. I guess all the things that happen between is relevant because there's new Pokemon that are interacting with megas, Sneasler, Basculegion, everything. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm excited to have me and you representing the boomers. Adi also representing a decent amount of boomerism because Adi, you didn't play the beginning of megas, but you played with megas.
I played.
Oh,
Sorry,
wait,
go ahead, Adi.
over to Adi.
I played VGC back in 2014, 2015 actually. Just only online. Didn't actually go to.
Oh yeah, right.
2017. So
Cool.
but yeah, I'm like in the second generation, one generation past y'all in terms of when I started playing.
And then we have little
Okay.
baby MDB also joining us, who only started VGC in 2023 or whatever.
Now, it's actually crazy. That's 3 years ago, and that's a long time. And I have played VGC 13 and 17 in tournaments recently, which both
Right.
do not include megas. I think 18
Right.
has megas, 14 has megas, 15 has, like, that's yeah, I never play with megas. So
Right.
yeah, only expertise opinions here.
Yeah, honestly though, I think your opinion is going to be very valuable in one of the first sections we're talking about after the signups, which is we're also going to go over the monetization stuff today. And I know that you did what you were dubbing a homeless run, where you were not using Pokemon Home. So we can talk about some of the stuff I think it just in terms of different levels of accessibility, it'll be nice to cover what you can get done without Home, what you can get done without putting your money into the game at all, because it is a free-to-play game technically, and I'm sure people want to know how far they can go before that kind of dries up and runs out. And so it's we're only 1 week into the game. I'm also getting a little ahead of myself. Let's save that for when we get into it. Let's finish introducing the show. So if you guys are here now, but you won't be around later, or you'd rather watch this on YouTube, it is going to be uploaded on Adi's YouTube channel tomorrow, CK49 on YouTube, !YT in the chat if you ever forget. You also, if you have any questions for us or comments or whatever, feel free to leave them in the chat. We'll be reading it as we go along. And with that, yeah, let's go ahead and start. So the first thing, as Tommy was mentioning, and yeah, the reason that we had to delay today's show is because NAIC signups started just 30 minutes ago for the first wave. The second wave, if you did miss it, you still got a chance. It'll be tomorrow. I guess tomorrow is a funny word when we're it's already the next day for you, Michael, right?
Yeah, it's like 2:30 here, but in hours, it's like in 12 hours, right? 13 hours, I think.
Right. I mean, you can just look at it at the very least with this reference, the central time. So it is 14 hours. No. Yes. Am I correct on that? 14 hours apart. Okay. So
Yeah. No,
so in
16,
13 and a
right?
half hours.
No, 14. Yeah, I can't do math. 5 plus 9. Yeah, 14.
So right now, as we're doing this live, about 15 an hour, a half hours from now, which I realize this is probably going to miss the mark on YouTube. I should just mention that now. Adi, you probably will not have this uploaded on YouTube by then. That's totally fine. I'm not expecting you to, but
I'm sorry to anyone who only exclusively gets to your event registrations from Tub Takes. I feel really bad if you missed out on an ASE because of that.
But indie is like doable
Right.
for the YouTube guys.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That is right down there below. That is the reopening for Indy. I know at least one friend who's gunning for that. So, and I think a couple other people probably will be gunning for it because that is the first event in Champions still. So, um, I'm sure people are the people that missed out were probably looking for another opportunity. They would still be happy to go if they got the chance. Um, I post some pretty low quality photos sometimes, like screenshots. This is like the worst Arcanine photo ever. I'm like having a really bad time reading it. I don't know if that's like something's up
Yeah,
here. My
no,
eyes are not working with this. Okay. Anyways, um,
I get it.
so Arcanine, I did make it in. I signed up and I made it in on the first wave. Adi and MEB, I believe, are not going. Is that correct, guys?
Michael.
Adi?
I'm not. I'm not going. I'm gonna use it as a platform. I'm not going because I'm going to a wedding of two VGC players or former VGC players, which is super cool. It just tells you how awesome this game is, where they met playing VGC and now they're getting married. And so big shout out to Chase and Kira. Really excited to see them get married. Glad I didn't have to see this shit show of registration all the way through. But then also, they didn't want to have their wedding the weekend of NAIC because everyone always asked me that. But they had to pick a date. You gotta plan weddings way ahead of time.
Right.
And they picked a date like 2 weeks before they announced NAIC because they keep, and this is why it really bugs me that they delay announcing dates of events for way, way longer than they have to, even though they have all these contracts and they know when they're going to be way ahead of time. I wish they'd announced it ahead of time so that people who want to go to the events can actually go to the events, because we do have to plan, our lives way ahead of time.
Happened to Alberto as well, right? I think Alberto had the same
Mhm.
as same weekend as a wedding, or same weekend as a regional rather, and was trying to avoid that. Adi's volume is
Yeah,
low.
apparently,
I'll see if I can fix that.
yeah.
Go ahead,
Was about to
Michael.
say that. And yeah, I had priority registration, so I didn't need to bother with that. But yeah, going to New Orleans for a third time, I didn't feel like it. It would be great to like see you guys again, but um, I wanna rather focus on like college, really finishing college this year, and I can tackle like next season more. Because if I like play NAIC, then I might have to do an extra semester or something, and then the new season is a little tougher. And yeah, I just hope that NAIC next year will be in a different place. But I heard that Ohio, Columbus was worse, so yeah, maybe maybe it's for the better that it stays there. I don't know. We will see.
Right. Yeah, and so Tommy, I don't want to like talk about it too much
No,
because obviously it probably stings a little bit. Go ahead, Tommy.
no, no, it's chill. I don't have the thing that I would care about more in like past year, where it's like, oh yeah, I need to get to NAIC so I can like lock up a Worlds invite, and it's like really crucial that I go. I've been to 0 tournaments this year. The last tournament I was at was last year's NAIC. So like
Yeah, I
this
was about to ask that.
yes,
I haven't
it's
seen
just
anything.
like another tour that I would like to go to, and if it doesn't happen, I'll just go to probably 2 more tournaments next year because I am like thinking I'm getting back into competing. So like if I don't get in, like I'm going to Indy as well, so it's not like I'm missing the first
Right.
Champions tournament. It's
Right.
it's not the end of the world. I do love New Orleans, so I'd be mad about not going to the city, but like the tournament itself, it's whatever. I'll try tomorrow morning though. I'm not giving up yet.
Yes. Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, 10 a.m. sharp for you, which that's on East Coast time. So, gotta lock in for it. Yeah, and by the way, on that subject, Tommy was not the only one of my friends. I saw a lot of friends miss this one, which is just going to show how many how many people were signing up for this thing. Crazy how
What
big it was. What's that?
what are the numbers right now? Are
Yeah,
they
yeah.
1K
So
or
yeah, on that subject, that we were talking about this just before you hopped over, Michael. But I think that the like pre-signups, like yourself, you're not going, but people that could have pre-signed up, should be in that number already. I think. But the
yeah?
total number, and then it's mixed division as well. For everybody that knows, like juniors and seniors, but it's 979 is what I'm seeing currently. So
I think it was over 1K for EUAC Wave 1, if I'm not mistaken. And then people
mhm,
said, like, what? How many are we getting in Wave 2? And then it was just like 400 or something. So,
mhm. Yeah, I think the current guess is that they put most in the first wave. Like they don't do a 50-50 split usually. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 66-33, 60-40, some kind of mixed number. Like don't expect the exact same number of spots tomorrow. But it also probably will be slightly less competitive tomorrow, just because a lot of the people that were gunning for it went for it on this one and got in already. But so there will be less people aiming for it, but also don't slack on it. Of course, just pull up. I ended up doing the thing that everybody else has been doing lately, which is pulling up a clock with seconds instead of just like staring at the time until it turns. Because I've done that too many times. But yeah, just hit refresh once once it hit 0, and it worked perfectly for me. But also, I don't know, Tommy. We were also talking about this before we went live, but like it's not. We do like a lottery system now, right? Like it's not actually about like quickness and speed for the most part. Like you do want to be there the minute it opens, but then I don't think like clicking it 3 seconds faster than the next guy does anything, right?
It's a hybrid system. For the way I understand it is like it is sort of first come first serve, but it's like first come first serve to get into the pool, and then they just start
Yes.
grabbing people out of the pool, and
Yes.
they keep grabbing until they run out of slots. So like it is first come first serve, but like while they're it's not like you're immediately getting plugged into a slot. It's you're in a pool, and then as long as you're in the pool when they're still grabbing slots, you still have the same like chance as everybody else that's currently in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
I'm realizing there's a couple of questions in the chat that are that I don't want to make sure that we're missing. Somebody said NAIC format will be MB, right? Do we think there will be mon rotation, or are we thinking Floette will be legal for it? So on the first part, NAIC being MB, that sounds correct. I don't know.
No,
Wait,
No,
I think
no.
Worlds is the first MB. No, we don't know what Worlds is. Maybe Worlds is also MA, but MA goes until June 17th, which is I think the day after NAIC. That's what
Okay.
I know.
Yep.
Perfect. And then as for what we expect when they do the rotation, I think everything would just be guessing. The main easiest guess is that they're going to add more megas, because we've already seen that they have not given us all the megas. They will probably add more megas to the pool. Maybe some regular Pokemon too. We don't know for sure.
Are they
But
adding items?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Honestly, I
The
can see
big
items
one.
as well.
I think. Go ahead.
The only thing that I don't remember if we got was when all of, like the limited data mining that came out at least like recently. If we had the promotional like banner for the MB banner, that might have had Pokemon on it that would like clue us into at least some of the megas. But I think that's the only like even remote info that we would have on MB so far.
Somebody said we should hopefully have the
Yeah.
rest of the items we need by NAIC though, which could make a difference. A meta difference. I don't know. I wouldn't assume that.
Now
I
they
don't
will
know.
not
See, that's a big.
patch anything, I think.
Well, you don't know that. I think that. So I'd be surprised if they added new items in. Sorry, added new Pokemon in one regulation. I think that they will probably wait until a new regulation to add new Pokemon into the game. But for items, I would not be surprised if they added items in mid-regulation, and all of a sudden, midway through Regulation MA, we have access to Rocky Helmet or safety goggles or whatever. That would not surprise me nearly as much. But I also totally could see them only doing patches. I don't know, only doing patches once every 3 months. I feel like I expect them to do it a little more than that.
Maybe every month, like with each battle pass. I think each battle pass is like 1 month, right? So like that could be a good opportunity because they have to patch the game for a new battle pass. So it could be an option, yeah.
Right, I could see
We,
that. I could see that.
we have precedent for that too, right? Because the Mega Stones themselves are on the battle path for the battle pass guys.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they could also add some new megas with that for sure, with the battle pass, just because that's where you could get access to the stones. Somebody says the shop has a Rocky Helmet, even though it's not in the game right now. I mean, it's definitely funny. We also have seen in the trailers throat spray and weakness policy, I think, were shown on Pokemon in the trailers. So we know that the items are like programmed into the game, but they made a very intentional choice to not have them. So far, I'm enjoying it enough. I don't know that we talked about that a lot last week, but I don't know. If we wanted to get into the items, we could go into it further, but otherwise, I'll keep us moving along to talking about monetization, which honestly we're almost on that subject, anyways.
Well, speaking of monetization, they need you. They had fewer items in the game in order to get you to craft the shitty items, so that later on, when they add new items in, they can monetize them aggressively. That's the real reason.
Okay, yeah. I have the
Yeah,
paper
yeah.
chokel
I
berry
think
right
they
now.
just wanted people to not get overwhelmed, especially new people. Like
That
if you
too.
can choose between 100 items, I don't know.
No, that's probably
It's
true as
weird.
well. But I also think they saw, when else are you ever going to craft a Habenberry, and be like, yeah, we should make him craft that.
Haban
I
berry,
love
bro. What do you mean
anti-berries.
Haven berry?
Haven is crazy
I
word.
know, right?
Anti-berries are amazing. No more Calyrex or Terras. Like I think in Gen 9 we have only seen like Sugarberry Heatran for like a week and maybe some Incin with like Chople or Sugar, but that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, I think
that's
it's
it.
cool. We've seen some Chopal Intin in this format, I think, a little bit, but yeah, or in Reg I. But yeah, no, I think it is cool. I actually really do enjoy playing with the limited items, limited decks, because it is very different than what we've been used to.
For sure.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. So let's jump into talking about monetization then, because yeah, this is something that I feel like a lot of people are kind of curious about, wondering about, and I don't know. We're probably not all at the same point in terms of how much we've put into the game. I mean, again, nobody feels no pressure to mention how much you have, but also it's like that is one of the first things is that there is only a limited amount of money you can put into this game. That's like I think somewhat uncommon. I would have to ask like you guys both play Duel Links. Like, is that gated in any way, or can you kind of just keep putting money into that one?
Oh no, you can blow as much money as you want on not only Duel Links, but almost any other type of these games. Even the ones that are not like, directly marketed as gacha games, like there is almost always something you could be paying for, and they're just like suspiciously kind of isn't right now.
It's so weird. It's so strange. Yeah, like I've had a lot of friends who were like, I am ready to drop $200 day one, and it's like you are hard capped at 67. Which is also haha. Let's get it out of there. It's the funny meme number, of course, but I think that is the actual number in U.S. currency, of course. For
Yeah, it's 60
how much money?
and
What's
wait,
that?
is it 60? Wait, wait, the battle pass and not the battle pass, like
I think
you
it's
mean
50,
the
10,
yearly
7.
membership is like 60, right? And then the starter pack is 7, right?
Well, I'm sure it's all on this webpage that Alex has pulled up, right?
Oh,
It
wow.
might be. Let me do some scrolling. Yeah. So we
Box
got
spaces plus 1,000 is sick.
It says, oh, that's monthly. So $50 for the membership. We've got 10 for the battle pass and 7 for the starter pack. So that is 67.
But
So
There you
the
go.
battle pass is like, is it 10 monthly or is it
The
Oh,
battle pass,
$10?
the premium battle pass, I believe, is $7 monthly, right?
Okay.
let me
And the
see.
membership you can get yearly, but the premium battle pass, sorry, is $10
No, I think it's 10.
monthly.
Wait, the
Yeah.
battle pass is 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Starter pack was 7.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
So I personally
and
have gotten all 3 of these things so far. I did. I went and got the membership. I was like, you know what? I don't want to fall behind on resources in this game because that is something that's currently plaguing me in Scarlet and Violet. In part because we've been on Scarlet and Violet a little bit longer than I thought we were going to be, and so like I'm very much running on fumes in that game. I'm low on EV items, I'm low on money just in general, but I don't want to spend the time to like continue to grind and get those things when that game is almost out the door anyways. So I'm making sure to get on that. How's the quest for Floette going? I do already have my Floette. I got it yesterday or 2 days ago, so I'm good on my Floette. I'm good. I had to grind, but I'm done. Adi, go ahead.
so I was going to ask, we can kind of break down each of these 3 things and see how valuable they are. I only personally got the starter pack because I looked at the starter pack and said it was pretty good value. And I guess we can start with the starter pack if we want to scroll down there, talk about what's in there. But I believe it is you go up to 50 extra slots, which I thought you start with 30 slots, which is very limiting. It's not a lot of slots. I mean, it is if you if you think about it, 6 teams, but like then you have to start releasing Pokemon as you want more than those teams. And so having more than that seemed very important, at least to start out. Now, the other ones give you like 1,000 slots. Don't know if I'm going to need that much. We'll see. Some music, sure. Teammate tickets, training tickets. Really, I spent the $7. I felt like for the increased box space, although 50 training tickets also seems like it's kind of worth it. I'm curious, did you guys all get the starter pack? Did anyone not get the starter pack here?
I think it would be very weird to not get it, because if you calculate, like if you say, okay, a training ticket is basically a teammate ticket is basically 2,500 victory points, right?
Yeah.
And like I always say one training ticket is like 1,500, 2,000, like something in this range where I would use a training ticket. Like if you calculate that, you basically get, I think, 300,000 victory points. I might be mistaken on that, but
I get what you're saying.
it's so much value. It's insane.
Oh, Pengy's doing a free-to-play challenge, Climb to Master Ball. Well, see, that's actually really awesome. I'm happy to see that he's doing that. I do think that probably won't be impossible. I think I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. And I think I'm kind of stealing an example from, I don't know, some conversation with Adi. I don't remember if it was on this podcast or not, but like comparing it to like TCGs and stuff, it's very easy to put together one team. Like that I think is always going to be the thing with Pokemon. And like they also talk about here at the end of the article, Pokemon is not pay to win. And so far I would say that's 100% accurate. Like you can get a team just as good as Wolf, Cybertron, and all the best players are going to be using teams that you will have access to after playing the game for long enough. And like I don't even think you have to play too long. The real trouble comes from when you want to play multiple teams, when you want to change teams, when you want to use a new team. Then you might be slowed down a little bit, but obviously a lot of these things that's what all the monetization is about, is helping you get more resources to build those other teams.
Right.
I can post the article,
the first to get enough resources to get a team together is pretty easy. And the criticism that I saw for players is that they want to build a specific team, and that is where it really struggled, because it is hard to re-roll to get a specific Pokemon at times. I'm trying to find found I Am Blissey, who does videos about how hard it is to get teams in game. Had a Twitter thread about it that I just posted in text for voice if you want to pull that up. But basically saying you can get a team with the resources that you have. Not every reroll gets you a meta viable Pokemon, but usually you'll find a viable Pokemon. You could get to a cohort of 30, 40 viable Pokemon pretty easily, and you can put something together with that. But if you specifically want to use, I don't know, Mega Crabominable, and you don't find the Crabominable in game, you're kind of shit out of luck, and that can be really annoying, I think, and that can really cause you to. I mean, that's the type of thing that honestly I'm surprised they don't let you spend more money, because that's the type of thing people would keep rolling the gotcha for.
There is a slight way around this. I'll jump to you in a second here, Michael. Then there is like a slight way around this, Adi, and I'm not talking about using Pokemon Home necessarily. It would be a little bit annoying to do, but there are these things called type affinity tickets. Yeah, you know it. And so at the very least, I'll still explain them, even though you guys know. Basically, you can get them from using, I don't know, you'll probably get 50 normal moves done at some point relatively quick from Fake Out, Protect, moves like that. And this lets you get a normal affinity ticket, which you can use when going to do your recruit. And if you use it when you're going to do your recruit, I think you are guaranteed 3 normal type Pokemon, if not. Wait, what? No, it's 3 Pokemon. I'm pretty certain on that.
I always get 5. Like I got 5 fighting types. I got 5 grass types. I've got 5 water types. So I just always got 3 and 2 extra, but I think it's 5.
Got you.
Like we were next to each other as well. So
mine. I was seeing only 3 of the type at the very front, and then sometimes coincidentally some more in the rest of the pack. But at the very least, some amount of guaranteed guys of that type. So if you were looking for Crabominable, you might just have to go use a bunch of ice moves on the ladder and use a bunch of fighting moves, which I can understand people having complaints about that, because it's a little bit annoying, maybe a little bit of a pain to do that grind. But that is one way that you can start to work towards getting closer to guaranteeing those Pokemon that you're hunting for. Tommy, did you have thoughts? It looks like you had thoughts.
It really isn't a guarantee. So the other day I was just like, I really want to start testing Vivillon, so it's like, okay, let me see what I got. No Vivillon in my game. I'm like, okay, I got a bunch of bug tickets and I got the flying tickets too. So I like spent through like all of them, like trying to like just see if I can get Vivillon to show up, and that like it does not show up. So you like keep searching if you're like gonna be digging for a while. I would get why people would be very frustrated by not being able to get specific things, because it's not even like a system where, say, like I've pulled like I did a scout and I got T-Tar, and then it's not like he gets pulled out of the pool. He's still there. Like you can still
That's true.
continually find the same guys over and over again. So it's not like you're ever really getting to guarantee. It's just kind of like you have to keep going and seeing if it eventually shows up. Um, we can get into like the whole like economy of VP like later, but like that is really where it's gonna get annoying for people, is when they're not finding the things that they need to find, and then they're blowing through like a ton of VP just to find like this one Pokemon they want for their team.
Yeah.
Also,
Because oh, okay,
I was going to
go
say,
ahead,
Adi,
Austin.
we've made MDB wait long
sorry.
enough. I want to cut over
Go
to
ahead,
you.
go
You said
ahead.
you had a
It's
story
just
that was
that my
relevant or not?
funny story is actually about exactly those affinity type tickets, because I wanted to play the warm up challenge. I built a team of 6 exact Pokemon and I had 5 of them. And I wanted to have Gardevoir, and I saw I have 2 psychic type affinity tickets and 8 psychic type and 2 fairy type. I had 10 affinity type tickets. I rolled all 10 of those plus 5 regular rolls, so I had 15 rolls. So the probability to get a Gardevoir was not that low. I didn't get a Gardevoir, and I was genuinely mad because my entire team didn't work anymore. So what I had to do, it was also already like Saturday evening, and like the challenge started on Friday, and it was Saturday. I didn't even register. That's a cool part, that you can like register later on now, but that's a different topic. And I was like, okay, I just slapped Floette. Floette is like also like hyper voicing with Dazzling Gleam or something. And it worked surprisingly well, but I wanted to play Trick Room Gardevoir so badly. You don't understand. I was devastated.
That
Um,
no, that's
but yeah.
100% relevant. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Yeah,
And
absolutely. Adi?
you think that's bad right now? I mean, you said you had those tickets already. I'm pretty sure you get those tickets for achievements, like you said, where if you click the certain moves enough, you get them. But guess what? First time it takes 50. Second time it takes 250. Third time it takes
And then
500. I don't
500.
know if there's anything more than that, right? So again,
No,
it's
it's
easy to
not.
get the first team, but then they're going to release a bunch of new Pokemon, and you're going to want to be able to use Mega Phalanx, and you're going to be rolling all your fighting type tickets that you maybe already used before. You're not going to get a bunch of new ones, right? And so it does get more and more difficult to build teams as you start to use your resources, because your resources get replenished at a slower rate.
I believe that they will add another ways, like other ways to get affinity type tickets, because they cannot say, "Oh, you have 0 now," and let's say you already have like all the fighting moves done, and then you're just stuck.
I'm with you. Oh,
Speculate
Michael,
about random stuff, but
can you say that again? It
I
cut
just
out.
think it's not going to be 0.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I agree. They need to make it so you can get more later on. And so hopefully that is some. I feel like that's got to be something that they will add later on, whether it's part of the battle pass or some other thing. Um, man, it is just so strange though that you can literally only put in the $67 and then they just kind of cap you there. Like it is great. Like I don't know, there's so many people would probably put in way more money if the option was available. So it is so strange. They probably have something planned on the near horizon or whatever for us to be able
Then
to
I
put
have a
in more
good
money.
question for all of you guys.
Yeah.
What would be like a fair price, like say $10 for 10 victory points? Like that's obviously not fair, but what would your like fair pricing be? Or what should you generally get via like spending money other than
That's a good
VP
point.
maybe?
Yeah. Just like dollar to VP ratio. What do you think it should be?
That would be
Yeah.
Um,
about.
That's so hard
I'd
to
have
think
to.
because I'm definitely not an expert on this. Tommy, go ahead.
Like at a baseline, I'm pretty sure, and like probably you would get more for spending more beyond that, but like at a minimum, it would have to start at 1,000 per dollar, if not higher than that.
I was
Yeah,
doing
you
the
get
math.
like
I was doing the math in my head for how long would it take me to get a Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet and transfer it over, right? To get a full competitive Pokemon, maybe it takes you a couple hours. To get a full competitive Pokemon in Champions, it's like 20,000 VP. Is that right?
20,000.
Was it?
Wait,
It
what?
was how about how
What
much VP does it cost?
12,000.
2,000
It's
max.
12,000. There it
12K
is.
for a full team.
Well?
For a full team.
12K for a full team.
Ah,
Okay.
yeah, 2,000.
So 2,000. So yeah, then if it takes me about 2 hours, $10 for about 1,000 VP, makes your hourly rate about $10 an hour. So you're saving time, or you're paying about that rate to. So that
But
seems like
you get
it's
like 1,000 VP for winning 3 times on the ladder. So
Right.
right.
Yeah, there's
is it
always
worth
that.
it then?
That's true. And I think they do. I think that I never felt like it's worth it to put money into a game. So I wouldn't be the person they're
I
really
agree.
targeting there.
Yeah,
So it's hard for me to judge because I see people put ridiculous amounts of money into these games for like seemingly so little payoff that I just don't understand it. So what it takes for other people to spend money in the game is not something that really makes a lot of sense to me.
No, we needed to
I
bring
agree.
on like the gotcha addicts to see what their thoughts are on champions.
Yeah.
Tommy. What's
Listen.
your poison, Tommy? Is it Genshin? I can't remember.
Yeah, I play Genshin and Star Rail. I also for 10 years played Dokkan, the Dragon Ball mobile game.
Right.
So I've been like heavily invested in gachas for I want to say a decade now. And I've seen the good, the bad, and the very, 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 very ugly. It doesn't seem like we're going towards any of those routes, and so far, just based off the systems that we have in game to buy. So I'm thinking of the shop that we already have, where we do already have stuff like you can buy the cosmetics for your trainer and and the ball throwing animations and stuff like that. If we were going to add any sort of money transaction stuff, that's kind of where I would assume that they would be adding it, and it just isn't there right now. It doesn't mean that they can't do it in the future, but I'm just thinking of frameworks that they already have in the game to actually deliver on that kind of stuff, and that generally seems like what they're planning to do maybe, but also I think most of the people I've talked to have been like, yeah, no, that's not really what I wanted to spend money on. I wanted to make Adi, you were saying this all the time. I want to make my Snorlax dress up in the citrus berry outfit. I want all
Right.
all the Unite costumes on my guys. That
If I could spend money to make Ensign smaller, that's the first thing I would buy. 100%, dude. The smallest Ensign next to
I hope
the
you're
biggest Rotom.
You're all ready to pay money for new tracks, because that's clearly what they are going for.
Yes, gosh, the music, it is pretty bare bones at the start here. Just a bunch of battle themes, and it's like, oh, you have so much good music that you are just hiding from us, holding back. I'm like, gosh. Oh man.
I'm so ready for it to be put behind the paywall.
We don't have it right now, because if we did have it, I would not have VP right now.
Also valid. Actually, good point.
So yeah.
So looping back to the other parts of the things you can spend money on, because I only got the starter pack because I've been transferring all my Pokemon over from other games. I didn't feel like I needed the rest of the tickets. So can we go through what's in the premium battle pass, because I still don't really understand what's in the premium battle pass.
Yeah. Let me go up with that. What's that, Tommy?
There's do you know how much box space you get for ranking up between the ranks? 'Cause I know that is another.
Yes, because I feel like Adi might not have, or when he was talking about the 30 spaces you have off of the beginning and just getting the 50 off this, I did want to go over to the fact that you do get more as you rank up. I think it's 5.
+5 and then +10 in the end. So +20, I think.
20 total?
Overall,
Yeah,
+30 or something. 20
I think
or 30.
Can you get more for? You don't get the double dip, do you, Michael? Because you did
No,
only
once.
Okay.
Only once, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you get up to 50 slots, and then if you do get the starter pack, then you're at 100 after all of your rank ups. So that's a pretty good spot to be. The other thing I wanted to mention before we move on really quick is also that there is no paid currency at all in the game that we like I forgot to mention
Yeah,
that part. Like we might have talked about that last week. Yes, I think yet is also very accurate. I think that it could come. It could come.
that
But
is
yeah.
something that happens all the time with the gacha games is that they launch without the paid currencies, and then after any amount of time, they start getting adding in, and you get the whole obfuscation where there's one currency and another currency. You don't actually know how much the currency is because it's not like actually accurate to a dollar. Like that stuff
Yeah.
almost always comes like very very soon after, but definitely after the launch of the game.
Right, right. That I think
Mm.
that will happen eventually. But yeah, they did make a choice here to not have any at the beginning, and so yeah, only there's just VP and then the different tickets that you can earn by you can get the tickets in the MVP from spending money on these things. And so in the battle pass,
Jimmy. Yeah.
you can get a lot of VP as well as some mega stones. I actually don't know the answer to this 100%, but like Meganium's Mega Stone is in the Battle Pass. Can you access it without it currently, or is that?
I wouldn't know.
I think it's only in the Battle Pass right now, and I think that if you wanted to get it, you could wait later down the line for them to add it to the regular store. But it's kind of like a if you want it now, you'll have to get the Battle Pass type situation.
I think you can purchase it from the shop.
Okay, people are saying you can buy it.
Nah,
You can buy it. Okay,
surely.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
I
then you
think
just
there are people playing Meganium Mega without having the Battle Pass for sure.
Oh, it's in the free version of the battle pass. So you have to make the progress of the
Oh,
pass to get it. But you
okay.
so you probably maybe you can't buy it. But no,
But
somebody did
Embor
say you can buy
and
it.
the other guy were locked behind the premium Battle Pass, were they not? Wait,
They're available from
let's.
transferring Mons and ZA, right? You're getting it a little bit
Wrong
mixed
ones.
up, I think. That is Delphox, Greninja, and Chestnut. You can get their Mega Stones by transferring them from CA. Those ones you just need a regular Pokemon from those games. This Origin game has to be those games. So it's not like you could ask a friend that has ZA, like, hey, can you go catch a Delphox for me? And if they feel like helping you out, they could grab one and trade it to you, and you could transfer it in and get a Delphox site, and then use it on the Delphox that they gave to you, or if you had to give it back, you could even find your own Delphox and still use the item because you just need that one Delphox to get the Delphox site. And then Floette is the one that's a little bit more of a funny situation because that is a one of in the game. So you're probably not going to find a friend that is playing the game actively that is willing to lend you it. What are you showing us, Adi?
This is the Emborite. People
Okay,
are
so you can
lying
buy
in
it.
chat. You can buy all of them except for the ones that you have
Yeah.
to
No,
transfer from
somebody
CA.
did say
Like,
somebody did say you could buy it.
I just checked what actually you get because I just double checked, and you only get like it's important for me because whenever I play a game, I have to 100% it. Like I have to have
Yeah.
everything, like every clothing, every. It's so bad. That's why Pokopia ruined my life. That being said, you get a lot of customizable stuff. And you get like the trainer icons for like for Relegator and Embor, like those icons you can put in front
Dude,
of
we
the
need
name,
more icons.
basically.
There's only like
Um,
so few, and I hate them
you,
all.
you get like the Pokemon actually. You get for Relegator, you get Embor, you get the Mega Stones as well, and then like 6 teammate tickets, and yeah, that's pretty much it. 6 teammate tickets, 6 training tickets. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
got it.
I do have a question.
So
Um,
Yeah, Tommy, you go.
Michael, Michael, you have your game out. How much VP do you have? If you don't mind.
When the game came out, I don't remember, but it was probably close to 50k.
And now?
I have 40k, but I bought every single Mega Stone. I
Everything from the
bought
shop, yeah. Because
yeah.
what I was trying to get at was I know like Justin had showed me last night that he's at like some like 99k VP in game, and like that's just from like grinding ladder. Like
Right.
I was really surprised at how like fast that total can like get up there if you're just playing a ton of games.
Yeah.
But to be fair, you get like if you get to level between level 30 and level 50 in the battle pass, you also get like 20k, I think, or 10k or something. Because
Yeah.
It's a little sad that the last rewards are all just VP only, like 500 VP, 500 VP, 500 VP, but it is what it is.
At least you can use it. At least it's something, I guess. Yeah, some incentive to go be further into it. It also, honestly, like I don't think I've played the game a lot. I have not played it the most of my friends, but I hit 50 like by Friday. I think like 50.
I
the
hit it
battle
in one
pass.
day,
Well,
and I
yes.
didn't even was online. I wasn't even online 24 hours when the game released. I went to uni and did other stuff as well, and I still finished it
It
in
just
1 day.
happens so fast. And like this is
Yeah.
the main thing about free to play players is that like if you want to be free to play and you're not willing to play the game, I am a little bit like, okay, well, the resources have to come from somewhere. If you don't want them to come out of your wallet, they have to come from your time spent on the game. So at the very least, it does seem like you can definitely get points by playing, and that part is pretty nice. I mean, like 300 per win, it might seem small, but I do think that it just like it adds up. You also get some for losses as well. You get like it's like a proportional amount.
It
I
also
think, related
stacks if you have a winning streak. Like today, I was on a winning streak of 9, I think, and I got 490 for the win. So that was pretty dope.
Okay.
So I don't know how far it stacks. Like if you have a winning streak of 20, if you get like 600 VP, but I know that it stacks via winning streaks.
If you tie, you don't get VP. That's so funny. Imagine like you play the like full 20-minute whatever timer one that ends in a tie, and it's like also your time is completely voided here. Like you don't get a win and VP.
Yeah, that
No,
happened
so
to
that's
me
what.
today.
Fun fact about Yu-Gi-Oh! Match policy now in the trading card game is that they have now made if you go to time, it's just a double loss, flat double loss. Nope, but they just gave out 2 losses at the tournament. Don't go to time, no matter what. And this is what it feels like now. If you're not getting VP on the ranked ladder and it's a draw, it kind of just feels like you have wasted a full 20 minutes of your life. So it actually does kind of feel like that, where it's a double loss almost.
You know what's worse? I have another crazy story to tell. You can match Ultra Ball rank 4 or rank 1. Like, you can match Ultra Ball players when you're in Master, okay? And I beat them, and I got 1 VP, and I got a rating of +1. Like, I got less VP
This is actually my
than
most.
I would have lost against a Master Ball player. Like, if
This
I
is
lose
my-
against a Master Ball player, you get more VP than that's also insane.
This is
That's
my most
actually
recent like
insane.
tweet. I was like, I remember liking this on Twitter, like honestly, like 20 minutes before we started, and I was like,
I think at this point you could literally get minus points for winning. I don't know why it's possible, and I don't know why you get literally less VP than losing a game against Master Ball players, but yeah, it happens.
That is crazy.
Awful win streak too. Oh my god.
Yep.
Like,
So,
I guess if you lose like 5 times in a row, maybe they want to give you that as consolation, but no, not even that.
let's go on and talk about the last one, the biggest one, of course, and that is the membership. And then there's also a secret one after this that we have to talk about as well before we move on. The secret one. I don't know. I feel like maybe you guys know about the secret one, but I'll save it. So the for this one, the membership, it's I guess $5 a month or $50 for the full year, which I guess saves you
10.
some money there.
Yeah.
And it basically like gets rid of the box capacity because like I don't know when I will have 1,000 Pokemon competitively, so that part I guess is nice. This part is probably one of the more nice features of it is the number of usable battle teams is increased by 15. For some reason, it's 3 is really small. Once I turned this on, I was like, it was so much nicer to just have multiple teams like built. Of course, I really am not rotating between probably more than 3 teams if I'm being real. Like it would probably be very real to just.
You're not a singles player, or like singles and doubles player.
That's a good point. I've been worried about that because I have not started my singles grind. I want to do a little bit of singles just to get some points. Tommy?
I would care so much more about the wider number of battle teams if your set's actually locked when you change your Pokemon. Like
Yes.
Oh yeah,
if
Yes.
if I have an
yeah.
Ensign on one team and say I'm running like Rain and I have like CC on the cat just for like matchups, and then I'm like, okay, I want to go run like normal like Flare Blitz through a Chop Cat. It's like no, like you have to like full switch it, and then like it still stays in your battle team, but it just changes your entire set, and it's like, oh, that's
Just pull a new
underwhelming.
instant. What's the problem?
Yeah,
No,
it's
still dumb.
very weird. I don't love that aspect of it. Um, yeah, that part.
That also
Yeah, you.
works for the rental teams too, which is like if you change your sets while you have a rental team active, it changes the outgoing rental team. I'm pretty sure.
Wait,
No,
so
no, I don't think
wait,
that works. I don't think
just
that
Is
for
that not
nah.
true? Is that
I
just
I
like
asked
for
about that the other
understanding.
day.
I
no,
Yeah.
just player
this
side?
cannot be.
Okay.
No.
Yes, just player side.
I
It's awkward. Go ahead, Michael.
yeah, it's like for yourself exactly. Like if
It
I
shows as it's still locked on the player side, even if you're the person that put it out. Like it'll show the change sets for you on the
Oh,
on,
okay,
ah,
I
on
you
the
like
follow.
in game.
that's what you mean. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Uh,
Now that makes sense.
The weird thing is, like, I feel like there's a lot of downsides for replica teams, and we've talked about that a little bit already. But one funny upside is it's like it is pretty easy to like download a team that you want to try, but then make that one edit, like, and change it. Because like you know, once the team is assembled in your game, you can like I've had a team where I got one from a friend, and they were like, oh, by the way, like Flare Blitz wasn't good on that instant. Try close combat, something like that, and you can just make that edit really quick. So it is nice that your rental code isn't like completely static. That there's a lot of downsides, honestly, but when we talked about those, but that's at least a nice upside. Um, anyways, the last thing is that you get a couple extra songs, I guess, and you get some extra missions that help you earn tickets faster. I think it's like 3 training, 3 recruit tickets per week if you do some missions.
Exactly. I just fact checked that as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's what you get for it. And yeah, I saw that the like I was using the tickets a lot, and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna be bleeding these a lot because they are serious time savers. So I felt like the membership was worth it to me. But I also, this is the steepest price one, so I can understand why people would be wary of it. I wouldn't say that it's like for everybody, but if you if you can see yourself further down the line of like wanting to use this for tournaments but maybe not grinding the game 24/7, then your resources will dry up eventually, and this is one way to help get it front loaded at the very least.
I just had one question. What even are the membership exclusive battle songs?
In the membership ones, I would have to go look. I do not remember, honestly.
Like I fact checked that and there's nothing. Like
That
I don't
Huh.
know.
While we're talking about songs, there was one thing that Justin wanted me to talk about on Tub Takes, and I was like, I don't know if this is like 100% relevant, but like it is like technically some minor news.
True with ZA music.
The
Yeah, the 3 ZA tracks, right? The Team MZ and the other 2 ZA tracks.
Oh, that's the
So it's
membership
just,
ones?
yeah, only those 3.
Oh,
That's it.
got it.
Worth it. I didn't hear enough from this one ZA track where you needed like the 15, you know how to get the ZA floettes. This was not enough already.
So this thing was confusing me because it says track name on the left. Does that mean that these are music? Like
No,
genuinely,
it's probably
Have to just be the
titles for your
titles,
Pokemon.
like
Yeah.
like marks. You think?
no, like the titles that you get for your trainer. Like I'm the like jolly old man or whatever it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
giddy
no,
old
that makes
man,
more
dude.
sense.
Giddy old
Not
man's
for
the goat.
Pokemon. It's
So like
yeah.
the ones that you get for like getting the achievements, like use like a fairy type like 50 times in battle, you get like a certain one. I think it's
Okay.
these. Like it appears on your like above or below your trainer, like when you go into battle, is what will
Okay.
happen.
Giddy
Got
old
it.
trainer. Good one.
Giddy old man, dude. That's the funniest
Giddy
one.
old man, yeah.
The old man team. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's
This
what
has
this might be.
aura, yeah. Just imagine World's 2026 champion.
This would be so sick. anyways, yeah, that's just one minor thing. Okay, so going back to the last secret one for monetization. Let's see if Tommy did know it. So the secret one is actually paying for Pokemon Home.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Nah.
is the so Pokemon Home has a box space limit of 30, and I have easily passed that already in terms of Pokemon from other games that I've imported uh, into my champions. And so I've had to, like, go back and be like, oh, well, I transferred in a Mudsdale for fun in case I wanted to use it, but now I want to bring in a King Gambit. So I'm going to send home this Mudsdale. I'm going to bring in this King Gambit. And it's definitely like a little bit of a burden because like I'm slowly filling it up with like more and more competitively relevant Pokemon. And there's also like plenty of reason to have duplicate Pokemon for what Tommy was talking about earlier, where your Incineroar changes between teams. So there's like a reason to maybe have multiple Incineroars and stuff like that. And when you get multiple Pokemon, yeah, eventually your box is going to get filled in Pokemon Home, and there it is just going to be completely clogged up. And I have not done this one yet. I think it was $17 in the US to get more Pokemon Home box space, but that
A
one,
year or
I think for
just
a yearly membership. Yeah, for a
Probably.
yearly. Yeah.
I
What's up,
I
Tommy?
I did one like as you know, we're obviously gonna get into it later, but I've been doing my whole thing with all the megas. So like I have a copy of basically every single mega like from home now in my game, and then I got to like day 3 I think, and I was just like, this is a nightmare trying to like just like transfer mons back and then transfer things back in, and I just
Yes.
said, you know what, I the other thing was I had a home subscription like a while ago, and I have maybe like 4 or 5 boxes just entirely filled with Pokemon that I couldn't access anyways. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna renew home. I'll have access to all my mods that I have there. Like 15 for the whole year is not that bad in the grand scheme of things, but like I guess that'll largely depend on how like monetization in the future goes. Like $15 for the year now is fine, but I don't know if I'll feel like that way in 6 months if I have me like if they're paying for like 5 more things that I didn't think I was going to be paying for from the game.
Right, right.
right. I mean, I
But
haven't uh, like had the extra home slots, and I wasn't worried. Like, I feel like if you get the membership with like the extra capacity of 1,000, I guess like the extra home slots help if you want to get like specific Pokemon, because trading them back and forth is probably tedious,
that's the
as you
real
said.
burden.
But
Right.
um, to me, I haven't had any issues other than like my
Mm-hmm,
Gardevoir, which I didn't get. Um,
mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Right. Um, are there any
Not that
other?
home would have changed it, because I wouldn't have had a Gardevoir in like ZA. So yeah, I guess. Wait, like how does it work? If you catch just 1 second, if
Yeah.
you catch like a random wild Pokemon, like let's say Gardevoir in ZA, and ZA, I say like in I get ZA also counts, and you transfer it to home, and when you transfer it to champions, it has like no stats at all, or does it get like a random spread, just like
No
when you
stats.
recruit something?
No, because ZA, your Pokemon still have EVs in ZA, right? So it still
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
what?
copies those.
Yeah, and then it like kind of like locks a Pokemon in when you transfer it in. It's kind of a weirdish feature because like it will remember the Pokemon. So what'll happen is it will take whatever state it comes into the game, lock that in, and then whatever state it is when it leaves the game, it's going to
Oh,
remember
okay.
that for when that same Pokemon comes to Pokemon Champions. Not if you transfer like in a different Incineroar or Gardevoir will it remember what you trained it as, but if that same Incineroar comes back in, it will just immediately put on the last set you had for it. Um, which that part makes it nice with the whole like what we were talking about complaining earlier about if you do have to send something that you transferred in from home back out, if you do want to bring it back in and do the hokey pokey and shake it all about, then it will still have all of its training. So
That's good to know. So
I
then
assume
it's
that's just
more worth it.
basically the home tracker on the mon.
yeah, it makes a
Mhm.
clone of them on in champions basically tied to the home tracker. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. That's why it's like still taking up a spot in your Pokemon home. It's still just like existing there.
Just
Uh,
just off that, do you guys know how many megas are in the game? Like currently in
57 or something like that. It's a lot.
I thought I saw 55 unless I'm missing 2
Yeah.
from here because I think this is
No, you might be
5
right.
by 11.
So like even if you just wanted to try and like just have all the megas in the game, like you only get 30 home slots immediately. So like not that you're going to be playing 30 different megas at the same time, obviously, but it's like you have to like transfer in and out every single time you want to do that, and it has the annoying hassle where you have to like go out and then also confirm it in home and like confirm it back in champions whenever you want to move anything in the game, which is
And
like
then you have to move
really
that mon to a base game in my case because like, and I have to remember what the game it was because like a lot of the ZA mons are not agreeable with Scarlet and Violet. So it'll be like, oh, I tried to put this Kangaskhan in Scarlet and Violet. It's like, no, it's from ZA. Put it back in ZA. And I'm like, oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just for ease of use, which you could argue that like it would be nice if this wasn't a thing at all and we could just transfer our Pokemon in there a lot easier without all these extra steps. But the one way to circumvent it is to get the Pokemon Home Premium, which I will just mention if it makes people's lives easier, that option is available.
Fun fact, some of my German friends actually got a Floette in a different way, and this is also what Adam is preaching in the chat. You can actually use the GTS to get stuff you want as well. Like, especially with Floette, it helps a lot. Because I remember that my like friends traded with each other via the GTS, so that's also an option.
I've seen the 2 funniest Floette stories I've seen is one friend who was like, I'm willing to just buy Floette. Like, I don't have it. And so they went on eBay and bought a Floette, and they got traded a regular Floette because they did not look at what they bought. And then I have also
yellow
seen
Floette is hard to find. Don't know what to tell
so
you.
true.
The person in question did get the correct Floette eventually from the guy.
They did. And then also, I just saw like a funny one on Twitter where somebody was like, I messed up big time, and it's them training a shiny Zygarde, and they're just getting a regular Floette in the trade, and they're like, no, what did I do?
You're missing the best ones though. The best one by far, I think, is the people that were putting the troll post up for like, I'm giving away an Eternal Floette, but I want a golem that's level 1, and they're like, oh yeah, that's an impossible trade. And then the Go players in the corner are just like, I'm transferring over my 1/1 golem, and you guys can't do anything about it.
Yes.
Right. I remember I had a level 10 Landorus playing in the regional because of Go. That was fun.
If you want to hustle people right now, you can go put some Floettes up on the GTS, I guess, and see if you get some good stuff. All right. So yeah, any other comments on monetization before we go on to ranking the megas then?
I heard we have 55 megas to walk through, which means if we take a minute per mega, we're still going to go over 2 hours. So we should
Let's
probably
go. B-Drill.
Okay,
he could be a D tier.
Screw that guy.
Yeah,
we're just doing VGC only, right?
Right. Yeah, we are just
Joke,
VGC. What's B-Drill's speed before we just move on?
145.
It is 145. It's the 3rd fastest Pokemon in the format right now. So
Okay.
I think it's better than D.
I'll put it in
Probably
C.
C.
Bro, no.
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 Putting
that guy
in Floette.
It
we'll
has
see.
the redeeming factor of being close to the speed ceiling, but I also have not seen it ever do anything, so I could see it being lower.
That's why Electrode was also not unusable in.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
No, I saw Hisui and Electrode teams. It was usable. That's a C tier Pokemon.
Yeah, like Hisui. Okay. I guess.
We'll see.
And see if we need to move him back down later.
I think that sounds right. Right. Floette, C or D? What are we thinking?
B.
B at best. B for B. No. I think Floette feels like the easiest mega to use currently because you don't really have to think about the type chart for the most part.
Which type do you like more, Moonblast or Draining Kiss? Or Light of Wind, if we...
my first one I put together was... it wasn't all 3. I was going to say all 3. But I tried Triple Fairy for my first one there right now. I finally got it in game on like Monday. I'm using Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, Light of Ruin. And Light of Ruin was pretty fun for like bad spots. Like I found myself across a King Gambit that I was like, oh, I don't really have a good way to hit this. And I was like, actually, Light of Ruin probably just does 100, right? And so I just did 100 to it, and that
I
was
mean,
enough.
Moonblast also does already do 80, which
Right?
is dumb. But yeah.
God. Yeah, I've switched in resists. Tommy, go ahead.
Draining Kiss is the one that I look at and I get scared of every time because it doesn't take very long for it to become like unkillable.
Mm-hmm.
If at any point it's faster than you and it can out heal your damage, the game kind of just ends in a lot of those spots, which is really concerning.
Yeah, for sure.
My biggest complaint about the Mon currently is not all of the other aspects that's broken about it, but simply that it gains 200 pounds or whatever when it mega evolves or when it becomes this form. Because Heavy Slam from even like Mega Aggron down here is 80 base power or something. Like it's
For my
like
Europeans, it's 100 kilos, and that's a lot.
thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. The thing is, like, it just gets so much heavier, and like, could it not just be a fairy type with the Achilles heel of like Heavy Slam being good into it? Like, my Orthworm is crying out here. It's not even like a Floette
Right.
counter. It's taking more damage from Moonblast than it's dealing back with Heavy Slam. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So,
It's
all right, let's
heavy
move on
metal
to.
Orthworm.
I've been using the worm. He's fun. I don't think he's broken, but he's fun.
Yeah.
So
Golurk
Golurk
is a
is
B,
just the one I
right?
have next. These are kind of in a random order, by the way, so I apologize. But let's just keep going for it. So Golurk is one of the Trick Room megas. I think using it out of Trick Room might be a little bit hard. It has a decent number of exploitable weaknesses, probably some okay bulk, and some very good power. And it has that now nerfed Unseen Fist. We've had enough time between the game's release and now to kind of get to play around with that nerfed Unseen Fist. Notably, it means that it can't use moves like Earthquake to go through it because that's not contact, and Poltergeist, the most notable one, does not go through protect. It's I fought it a couple of times and I've never been too scared. Where would you guys want to put it?
One tier
What's
above
like the
Beedrill
moveset?
wherever Beedrill goes.
No, I think it's
Yeah.
slightly better than Beedrill. What's like the moveset
For
people
sure.
want? Poltergeist, Headlong Rush, Ice Punch, Protect? Is like that the go-to? Seems kind of whack. I don't know.
Right.
I would put it at B, like low B.
Right, yeah. I think that sounds right.
That seems right.
All right. Delphox. This is one that I've seen some slightly differing opinions on. And I think after taking a second, because yesterday when I was asking some friends before getting to the actual ranking, I was like, I think it might be in S. But then I realized that it's only like good into the top megas, as we'll kind of see later along the lines. But like it does have some things that hold it back from those. So it probably lands itself in A. It's like the A for anti-meta kind of like mega, but like the meta still will be a little bit stronger because they have less weaknesses.
I think it entirely depends on how much parity we have. Like, if the top group of megas is very clearly the strongest guys and the ones that are on like an overwhelming majority of the teams, and Delphox becomes like incredibly valuable. If we're seeing a wide variety, like if there's like 10 different megas that you would like sit down and expect to see in a regional, I think it gets a lot worse depending on like the more Pokemon that are viable, the less like powerful I think Delphox in. Because you're right, it is just like playing into his matchups like very, very strong.
I had it. Go ahead.
I
Adi, go
kind of
ahead.
disagree. I think it's going to be good, irrespective of what the metagame looks like. Just, I mean, again, largely because I think its speed ceiling is in around a really, really nice speed tier. 134 speed, base speed is faster than not only Mega Gengar, but also faster than Aerodactyl, also faster than Sneasler. Just not something that a lot of Pokemon can do. And so it not only, it KOs Sneasler, which is going to be one of the best Pokemon of the format. It threatens Sinistcha, which is one of the other best Pokemon in the format. If Aerodactyl continues to see usage, it's a fire type that outspeeds and can do a lot of damage to Aerodactyl. So a little chip to kill it, but I think that it's got a really, really nice toolkit with coverage moves and stuff. It does have an Incineroar problem, but yeah, on top of all of that, it is really good into what we perceive the best megas to be in the format. So I think it's here to stay. I think it's an A tier Pokemon for sure.
But you think it's A?
Funnily
Okay, you still think
enough,
it's A then? MDB, go ahead.
I had it in top 3 originally, and yesterday I played ladder with it, and I went like 5-8. Maybe it was my fault, but this guy was disappointing. I didn't even bring it in most matchups because like so much stuff is also threatening it at the same time. Yeah, the speed ceiling is nice, but when you have Encore and Sub to play around Sucker Punch from King Gambit, but that guy is threatening you. You don't do that much damage. Like, you don't get an OKO on Aerodactyl, Sinistra. Like, even with super effective, like, if your super effective move is like a spread heat wave, it's like pretty weak. It's still A, but it's like, I had a lot of hype on it, and then even though it's not even that good into Floette. Even if you run Anchor, trust me, they set up Tailwind, they set up Follow Me, they set up anything next to that, and just regular Moonblast already does like 90. Okay, not that much, but like
Nah,
50
yeah, right.
almost. But
Yeah.
it's not that good, unfortunately.
So next up, we have Mega Gengar, which I don't know. Based on my experience over the weekend with it, I would almost be willing to put it down to A. I think everyone's putting it in S currently, but I don't know. It's kind of like fallen off. Maybe the Gengar players are just not playing at the times that I'm queuing up. But it's kind of MIA in my games, and so I would put it in A if it was just my ranking right now, maybe close to the top of A. But if you guys are going to push back and say that it belongs in S like everybody else thinks it is, I'm willing to hear it.
The problem is everyone is running Perish Song. People should play Icy Wind more, or like
Yeah.
Will-O-Wisp, or like
Sub,
everybody
disable.
thinks, oh, I want to be cool, Perish Song. Like, I don't know.
I'm with you there 100%.
Sorry.
I think so too. I think that this is not the easiest mega to use or to build around. I think it's one of the harder ones to build around. It's not Charizard, where you know exactly what his partners can be from day one. But I also agree. I've seen a lot less of it on ladder than I expected to see. I thought, my brain is telling me this is one of the 3 strongest megas. I think that it does something super oppressive that like no Pokemon should be able to do, and every time it's allowed in the game, someone finds a way to break it. But no one's found a way to break it yet, or at least that's the way it feels from playing on ladder. And so based on usage and like the strength of the current Gengar teams, is probably A. But in terms of how strong I actually think it is moving forward and how strong it's going to be, once we get to Indianapolis and once we get to NAIC, I think it's going to be one of the best 3 megas easily, and I think it's going to be an S tier mega.
So somebody does bring up a really good question in chat that I want to get ahead of, and then Tommy, I'll come over to you in a second. So sorry. Somebody just said, is this based off closed teams or open or both? And I would say it's probably a mix of both, because for the most part, we've had a lot of grassroots tournaments. We decided we weren't going to get into reviewing all the results of those ones yet, because the meta is still so early and stuff. We'll get to it. But yeah, I think a lot of people have been playing. It's available on Showdown now. You can play Pokemon Champions on Showdown now and stuff. But a lot of people have been playing in game. A lot of my friends have been loving in game. That's a different subject entirely, but it's got like a lot of the features that we want. And it's fun. So obviously it's missing other features that Showdown has, like Open Team Sheet. The practice for Indy will probably need to be taking place on Pokemon Showdown at some point. But as is, I think it's kind of a mix. Just kind of considering their general strengths overall. So, Tommy, what were you gonna say?
I definitely, at current position, think it's an A tier mon. Basically, at its ceiling, it is one of the 2 megas I am by far the most afraid of. It and Floette are the ones where I'm like, I think some of like the really, really good builders that know how to build around the best tools in the format could take Floette or Gengar and like fully break them to the point where they're some of the most oppressive things to play against. That said, right now, based off of what I've seen currently, it really hasn't looked that impressive on the normal teams I've been seeing. And I think that the collection of mons that are like popular right now, so think Incin, there's 2 ghost types in top 10 usage with Cine and Basque. King Gambit's also a huge thing. Mind you, like with Shadow Tag, it is like one of the best Pokemon at being able to like kind of shore up those mashups for sure. But it's already working from a spot where like some of these mons are like just kind of right there immediately, have to tackle right from the get go, and like every team's like having a little bit of trouble like handling like most of these guys. So like until somebody like truly like breaks it, I haven't really been that afraid of seeing it, but I still fear for what it could potentially do. I definitely think right now though it's like A.
All right,
Yeah,
then
that's fine for me. I would like, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
People are
Alright.
lazy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my take on it.
I think that's real. Like, yeah, all the pair stuff's silly. Okay, Kangaskhan, the old goat. Can it still hang? I think so far I haven't been too impressed with it, but I think that it's still something I've been thinking about a decent amount. Like, as a like ideally, it seems like it could be cool. Fake out Mega. It's got the Intimidate immunity now on Scrappy and Inner Focus, so that's pretty cool. But no way to power up. It doesn't have power up punch. It doesn't really have setup moves. So, where do you guys think it belongs? Is it like B with Golurk, or is it A and we just haven't figured it out yet, or is it actually really that bad?
I think you've convinced me that Beedrill needs to go to D tier and Golurk needs to go to C tier. So Kangaskhan needs to be in B tier.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Kangaskhan has to be between both those tiers. And generally, Fake Out, Last Resort, Silk Scarf, Kangaskhan is better. But that being said, like, Mega Kang has a niche.
Scrappy, that sounds fun. Last resort, I'm down.
Maybe
I'm
you
down.
need, like, your Last Respect's immunity and, like, the guy that can also shut down Sun teams. Like, I think Mega Kang is pretty good into Sun, I would say. But just with Fake Out, like Fake Out Tailwind, IO Kang or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did that shit with Sneasler IO all the time and it was great, so why should it not work with that as well? So yeah. I think you could make a case for low, like very bottom of A, but I think B is fine.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I just need to see some of the teams with it because yeah, whenever I fought against it, I just wait till it megas, intimidate it, and then just just chill, just chill.
It
Yeah.
has one giant Sneasler shaped problem for it. Like, I think if something is able to capitalize on like kind of beating Sneasler with your other like slots, like I don't know if they're like so far the only place I've liked it is on Rain, because I do think that like you can play Baskin Pelly into the Sneasler parts and then Kang's able to like do stuff, but I also think that's like kind of true for a decent number of megas where it's just like you can patch up a lot of the holes by just throwing it on Rain right now. So um like Sneasler counterplay is always just going to be like the hardest thing for it by far.
People in the chat are mentioning that it gets Drain Punch and Sucker Punch as like perks for it. And I'm like, yes, those are good coverage for a normal type, but like they don't do a lot of damage. Like I don't mind my Ensign taking a Drain Punch. Like I'm kind
Does
of just
King
chilling.
Gambit die to one? I wonder.
That's a
Like,
good question, right?
if King Gambit
well,
eats one, I'm quitting.
Right. All right, let's move on though
That's the
while
thing,
Emily runs
right?
that. Okay, Adi, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No. I think we've said our piece about Kangaskhan.
Let's do Scovillain, the funny one. And I feel like Scovillain probably belongs with Golurk here. I actually think I saw something from Len. Oh my god. Okay, so it's a roll, but it doesn't get it with Chopal because it eats Chopal on the first hit, the big hit.
But
Okay. So, but better damage. Anyway, the pepper. So the pepper, the mega pepper. It seems like it's the support mega, but the thing is, it doesn't have the support stats. Like people are using it with Rage Powder and the burn up ability that sets burn on your opponents. But it hits really hard. So I think the team I saw from Len today that clicks like Rage Powder, Trick Room, and then if it doesn't get killed, it can click Overheat and Leaf Storm. And if it does get killed, you get in your Trick Room sweepers. I kind of buy that. That seems kind of fun.
and you don't have to mega every time, like depending on the board, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
If you
That's
play
true.
double mega.
Yeah, if it was bulkier, it actually could be a problem. Honestly, Tommy, go ahead.
I've run into this thing a couple times on ladder and seen other people play against it on ladder, and there are some times where the ability just is so oppressive, and I look at it and I go, that can't possibly be a good Pokemon. And then you're just sitting there and it's like your entire board is burned and you have like 3 physical attackers and you have no idea how you're gonna kill it. Like I could definitely see a world where this thing is actually B tier. Like it can feel like really really hard to play against at times, and then other times you just have like 3 special attackers and it dies and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I would put it in B because
And-
I also no, Adi, go ahead, or should I? Like, I just have one quick point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
finish.
I used Scarf, Will-O-Wisp, Rotom, and my Rotom was literally just a Will-O-Wisp bot. A Squirtom, my bad, Squirtom. And it was literally just a Will-O-Wisp bot. And that's why I think, because the meta is also so physical. Every team features like 4 physical attackers with Arrow, Sneasler, and more. So I think it should be B, but behind Kang.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm with it, honestly.
I still think it's C tier. I think that it's got it's hard to compete with a lot of the other grass types and fire types. You can fit Sinistra. There's a bunch of megas that are fire types. Delphox, Charizard, and so it's asking a lot to commit your mega to this Pokemon. I think you're right. It does hit really hard, and it does have a really strong ability. And I agree that if it was bulkier, this thing would be actually absolutely broken. But I just don't believe in any ability that forces your opponent to do something specific. Like I can just choose to attack with my special attackers. And against a lot of teams, that's just going to be good enough to get around this Pokemon pretty consistently. And especially true when, again, if you look at the top couple megas we have in our rankings right now, Floette can hit around it with Dazzling Gleam, is a special attacker, can Combine and just ignore it. Gengar doesn't really care. Again, just it hits super effectively with Sludge Bomb. Delphox completely ignores it. Special, it can't get burnt. Like it's so. I just think it doesn't actually match up very well into a lot of the best Pokemon in the best attacking megas in the format. It does have some better matchups into some of the B tier megas and some of the support Pokemon in the format, but I just think that most good teams will have a way to play around what it's trying to do.
I'm going to keep us moving along because this is going to take forever. But I'm very excited to still talk about a lot of these guys. So, Mega Dragonite is probably in B as well. I don't think it's
Above
been
Kang, yeah.
very impressive. It's, I don't know. It's a Mega that needs help, unlike, like some of the other Megas where, like, you can, like, make them more broken, but I feel like Dragonite at a baseline, like, wants one thing extra, like rain, so it can click Hurricane, or maybe even like an Earthworm setup team to give it a substitute behind Shed-Tail. But then, like, what is it doing with that? It's a special attacker. It's I don't know. I think it could be a good secondary mega. That's something that is probably worth considering. But I think it's fun. I think it's a fun pick, and I think that it's very viable. I just don't think it's broken. So I think B seems okay.
It's the GOAT in singles. It
Oh
trades
yeah,
one for
I
one
believe
so
it.
well. But VGC, I wonder, like, once again, what's the best set? Is it like rather a Tailwind setter, or is it like all the moves are also bad? Like Draco Meteor has a drawback. Hurricane, yeah, Thunder, like all those moves are inconsistent. That's the word I was looking for.
And
So
E-Speed is weaker
yeah,
on it. Like, its attack does go down annoyingly. So it's
yeah.
still a good move because E-Speed is honestly like a pretty nice premium right now. But then it's just a question of, like, should you just run regular Dragonite with E-Speed? Yeah. All right.
I'm still not
So
convinced it's actually better than regular Dragonite.
yeah.
Especially using up your mega slot. Like I almost think it's C tier, but I think B is fine. It's probably K
Yeah,
to
I think it
Nah,
seems right.
look at the seat here, guys.
It is all the stats, it does nothing with them. That's all it is.
Sorry, say again, Tommy.
Right.
It is all the stats and it does nothing with them. That's
Yes.
all it is.
Yeah. It does have really nice stats. Blastoise. So honestly, I'm a big fan of Blastoise. And the problem is, I feel like it is definitely above Dragonite, and I think it's definitely below Delphox. But I don't know where we land on that. I don't feel like adding all the plus tiers. We can order the things within the tiers. So where do you guys feel it belongs? Unless you think it's significantly worse than I'm stating.
I will put it bottom A.
Bottom A. I'm down for it. I think it's a very solid mega.
I only lost to like Mega Blastoise in the warm-up challenge, and I only won today using Mega Blastoise. So
Yes.
and it has so much potential. Like I think people, once again, similar to Gengar, how everybody is playing Pokestone, everybody is playing Shell Smash. That's not always the way to go. You can play a 3-attack set. You could also play a 4-attack set, in my opinion, on that guy, because he is tanky, and the coverage it has is amazing. Like some teams do not have good water resists as well, and like sometimes the water resists just die to Dark Pulse, like Basque Legion and Sinister. So I think Blastoise is very real.
I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking it. Somebody said in the chat, I don't think it belongs in the same tier as Mega Gengar, and I'm kind of with you there. We are organizing them within the tiers, but like, yeah, I think there's 55 Pokemon. There's going to be a lot of guys that are not quite on the same level, but it's going to be tricky to sort them all without like literally having every Pokemon get like a score 1 out of 100. It's tricky.
Yeah, it is a hot take, but I haven't personally tried it, and everyone I've heard of, who's tried it, has said really good things about it. So maybe it is A tier. You know.
It's right on the
What
border
do you
for me.
think, Tommy?
That's all.
Okay. All right, Zardex. This is my time because I've been playing with Zardex, and I hit 2100 with Zardex, and I'm really liking it so far. I think that it's like solid. I don't think it's broken by any means. I think that it has to. It has some parts that it has to like work harder than maybe some of the other megas, but I think the payoff is also really cool. It's it's just fun to use. Like Tough Claws, it's one of the megas that does get like a power boost ability, which you can really feel that power when using it. Like those Dragon Claws, those Flare Blitzes do a lot of damage. I honestly think that this guy's probably like directly in line with Blastoise or worse. So if we wanted to put it in B tier, I'd be totally chill with that because I don't think it's going to be like a mega that many teams should be looking into. It also takes a decent amount of support, in my opinion. So
Did you run Dragon Dance or Will-O-Wisp?
I ran DD. I thought about Michael. I was gonna run Swords Dance because I was like Swords Dance Scale Shot. This sounds so sick. That's gonna be the way I get my speed boosts. Scale Shot is not Tough Claws boosted because it's not contact. So it would have been such a cool new set for Zardex, but it's not really. It does get Scale Shot though, so you can still run that, but it wouldn't be the same without Tough Claws boost.
Right.
Uh,
I think B is fine. Like
B seems fine.
yeah, over D Knight. Or
Okay.
below D Knight. I have played against more D Knight and
Yeah, we can put it below it.
yeah. Also,
Dragon Dance Brain
Kangaskhan?
Swipe? That's funny.
I think that's fine.
A spread move? Okay. We can do that. I'm fine with that. Zard Y. So Zard Y, also one that for some reason it's fallen off in my games. I haven't been seeing it as much, but I still think it's very excellent. And so I think it probably belongs in S because it just has so many good partners. I know, Michael. I think you think it's a little bit worse than that. But
Yeah.
I do think it's probably up there. Because like it's very easy to use with Earthquake. It's very easy to use other Pokemon around it. I guess like Venusaur is the main one that comes to mind. But yeah, I think it's excellent. I actually don't. I have not used it myself because I kind of have no interest in it. I didn't have interest in it back in the old days either. But I think it's strong. I think it's very strong, and it's going to be a good one to build around. Adi?
Yep. I think every single time Charizard Y has been in a format, it's been an S tier mega outside of restricted formats. And that's, continues to be the case here. It's just setting up Sun is crazy because there's so many ways to abuse Sun. It does so much damage for itself. Like you said, it has the great synergy with Garchomp, which is like one of the best Pokemon in the format. Easy S tier. I think we're going to see this win regionals. We're going to see this be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the format for basically the entire format.
Sure.
I think that the Zard as a Pokemon itself may not be like an S tier mon. It's just like the Zard Y teams seem like they are like S tier guys because there's so many things you could be doing around it. It's not like you're locked into just playing Venusaur, just playing X, Y, and Z. I really liked it with Scarfisui Arcanine just being on the field launching Flare Blitzes.
That's cool.
And I think there's a lot of different ways you can play the guy. On his own, I think that he does tend to feel underwhelming at times. I think Garchomp being as prevalent as it is can be very, very tough for it at times. But I do think having played the full package of mons around it has felt pretty good so far. So I could understand where Michael's coming from, but I do think that the teams are still good.
Yeah.
So I
to
think
be fair,
yeah, Michael.
all my teams featured Garchomp, Aerodactyl, Incineroar. I was I always hard counter teamed Zard Y, and people never brought it against me, so I was a little biased. But yeah, as Tommy said, the mon itself is not an S tier, but everything it provides is basically S. So yeah, tough to say. Basically, Pelipper syndrome.
Pidgeot, does it go in D tier or A? Which one?
A.
A.
Yeah.
All
You got it.
I honestly, we have a new
Pidgeot is one of the
Guard
Pokemon I needed a tier for below Beedrill because Pidgeot is, I feel like, absolutely unusable, and Beedrill at least maybe is usable.
No, I think they belong together. They do belong together. I tried Venusaur the other day, and I immediately lost the 2 games that I was trying to use it for. I wanted to believe in it. At this point, I'm kind of sold that if you want to try the Mega Grass, you probably go for Meganium. They don't really, they don't do the same thing. Admittedly, they are pretty different. But yeah, it felt like the pacing for Mega Venusaur wasn't really awesome. And it's actually a lot weaker than I was ready for. Like, it does not get a lot of offense buffs at all. And so, like, I was just trying to run
Is
Giga
it
Drain
not
on the bulky set, and I
120
looked at
special
the.
attack?
Does it get any? You're saying, or
No, I was just saying, is it not still like 120 special attack, which
I
is
think it's 120. Yeah. Which I was running a bulky set with Giga Drain, and I looked at the Basket Legion calc, and I was like, this is pathetic. Like, I couldn't even KO
I
with
mean,
like max
he gets
modest.
20 special attack, to be fair, but maybe.
Okay,
So
wow, that's
it's not
actually
bad.
funny that Venusaur is just that weak in general. Um,
Right.
so I think it probably belongs in C. I would say I think it's
What?
fine.
No.
But
Well,
you think it's better?
Nah. I think it's B just because like it has two weaknesses, Psychic and Flying, and both are not super prevalent. Like we have Delphox as only Psychic type 1, like relevant, and all the flying types are weak, like Talonflame, Aerodactyl with dual wing beat. Like who are those guys? Who invited those? So I
I just
think
think it's
on a
slow.
right team, it is, but I think it is like perfectly even with like Zard X, to me at least.
Okay.
I don't know what
Okay.
the others say.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's
That's
B, but I could be sold on B.
Okay.
I think
that's
this
good.
is going to see some play on some super stupid bulky core with Incineroar and like a Rotom Wash or something or a Palafin. It's a fat bulky guy, and I think this format's going to slow down a lot. And it's got pretty good matchups into some of the best megas if the format slows down. So
That's
I like
my
it.
Right.
problem, is that I don't actually think it's a like check at all into like the CM flow. It's like at that point I'd much rather be running Meganium. Like if it actually like was standing in front of Floette and like made Floette care about it like being on the field, I would like have a much greater thoughts about this mon. But the fact that like Floette just kind of looks at it and goes, "All right, I'm just gonna keep clicking Combine, and you're not really gonna be able to do anything about it."
I mean, Sludge Bomb Poison or Leech Seed or Sleep Powder, there are a lot of ways it can
Yeah.
still threaten Floette, but I get what you're saying.
Wait, somebody said Leech Seeds you, Giga Drains you, and sits there and puts you to sleep and holds you hostage. You can't run all those moves. You can't run all of those moves. You have to. Otherwise, you're not running Protect or you're not running Sludge Bomb, and you probably need one of those. Anyways, Chandelier.
I mean, you're never running Protect on Venu anyways, I would say, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Chandelier. I was so
Chandelier.
excited for this guy.
I
was so
know.
excited.
It's not D.
Is it not?
I think it
What
is.
does
The
it
thing about it,
do?
Tommy, is that these guys have like relevant niches. I just don't think it does. I don't think it has one.
It has a very specific niche, and it's one of the two offensive Trick Room setters in the format, like megas in the format.
Doesn't it get
And it's
faster?
Very specifically, it's the
Mhm.
one that is fake out immune. Like I think it has a very, very clearly defined niche, in that it is a fake out immune offensive mon that's Trick Room. It is fast. It's 90, but like Gardevoir was 100, and we were still running that guy in Trick Room forever. Definitely the IV like changes, like not being able to set it to 0, definitely hurts it a lot to be used
Right.
in that role. But like in terms of like a niche, I think it is a very, very clearly defined niche that it would be probably a lot better at if we didn't have like majority of the top 10 like usage Pokemon just hit it super effectively. That makes it really, really hard to run.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about Mega Bayonet that also has Trick Room and is an offensive Trick Room setter that is fake
like
out
that's
immune and also
Prankster Trick
slower
Room.
than this guy?
Prankster Trick
Are
Room.
you offensive Trick Room setter if you get intimidated by the cat and then the cat throw chops you? Are we allowed to call that still offensive Trick Room setter?
No, but you know what? If the Chandelure is setting up Trick Room and getting undersped by the cat, it's also not feeling too good about it either.
It's not feeling
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, I
arguing
think
for anything
Chandler's
about
not
me. I
so
just don't think
good.
he's quite that bad.
I'm with you. I'm gonna leave it in D unless the others agree I should move it up.
No, keep it there.
All right, Chestnut. Chestnut then. I think Chestnut also belongs in
C.
D. You think it goes in C?
Nah,
It has so many
I think it's
weaknesses.
C.
There's so many
I
weaknesses.
think it's way better than Chandelier.
I think it's you look at his stats, you look at his move pool, you think this guy has a niche because it does. It has base 170 defense stat with body press. It's got, Leech Seed, it's got wide guard, it's got a decent attack stat so it can click grass moves. You really feel like this guy should be good. And then again, you look at the top of our list and you see Floette, Charizard, Gengar, Delphox, and you say, what is this guy ever doing against the top Pokemon
With
in the
Wildcard, it
format right
hard
now?
was Charizard because nobody's supposed to run Air Slash. Like Heat Wave, Weather Ball, Solar Beam, you eat all of those because Weather Ball is a bullet move.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
that's
Yeah, no,
funny.
like
That is
I
funny.
I really do think that this Pokemon just has too many, like, the stat allocation in the move pool is too good for it to be unusable, but it just has a lot of disadvantages against the metagame right now. I think we're going to see play at some point moving forward in some metagame where it's a little less centralized around things
Yeah.
that hate it. But I do want to put it in C tier because I think it's has, more redeeming factors than a lot of the ones in D
Okay.
tier.
I'll put
Yeah,
it
if
there.
you
keep it
have
at D.
if you have 5 Mons and you are looking at T-Tar X-Go as your matchup that is killing you on paper, you're allowed to slot him in slot 6 and say, yes, it does do that. Beyond that, though, yeah, I'm kind of dooming on the guy.
It also hard was Venus, no?
Yeah. Oh
Just-
shoot, it does with the sludge bomb.
Well,
Yeah.
Venusat, I just put my Chestnut out there and spam Wildcard.
That's
And
funny. That
I'm
is
happy.
funny. All right, Chimecho. I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen a single Chimecho.
I have not seen it either. It's sad. But I haven't seen Pidgeot or Beedrill either, so hey.
Yeah, true. The potential
I
is
think
unexplored.
Nick
Adi?
said the way you're supposed to play this guy is you're supposed to cosmic power stored power with it, which is probably a little too slow for VGC, but I look forward to the person who pulls it off.
Especially
think
in a meta where everything is a fire or ghost type.
Yeah, it's really good into some of the non-mega guys. I think specifically like Garchomp. I guess is the main one. It's nice into Garchomp, but it's not nice into Incin and all of these things above. So,
You know what's funny? I have a fun fact about Chimecho. They removed Hyper Voice, but they gave it Boom Burst.
yo. Oh, okay. So, Glamora is a
It's
very playable
worse than
mega.
Beedrill, by the way.
You-
We have to keep the D tier real. So,
Wait, what do you say is
Adi
worse than D tier?
I just said Chimecho is worse than Beedrill.
Oh,
to
yes,
make
yes.
Adi a little happy.
I get what you're saying. I actually don't think it's worse than Beecher. I'm gonna stand on where it's at, dude. It's definitely gonna be
Okay,
better than that.
sure.
It's a levitate steel type. Come on.
It's
Okay,
Bronzor.
this thing doesn't have levitate, but it adaptability. It outspeeds Charizard. It underspeeds Garchomp, and Floette. Notably. So yeah, it is it is. I think it's very solid. But yeah, Adi, you go ahead. I think I got some kind of DM I respond to. It's not huge, but you go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I think this is another one of the megas. I think what B tier is turning into, with the exception of Charizard X, is guys that I really wouldn't mind having as the second mega on my team. I think we might put like T-Tar above this, for example, but like Glamora does do some really cool things. It's got a speed tier that puts it 1 point faster than Charizard. And so that is good. Sadly, a point slower than Glamora. Glamora is a point slower than Floette. It's a little unfortunate, but it's
Who's
got
running
decent
max speed flow at well? Sorry for
right, and
interrupting.
yeah, and so you can run max speed timid and potentially outspeed a decent number of Floettes. And so yeah, no, I think it's got like it's more of a matchup Pokemon, but it does have a pretty phenomenal matchup into a few of the top megas. I don't know if I put it in A tier because I think all the A tier megas are like independently powerful. You can build a team around a Gengar or a Delphox or a Blastoise. I don't know if I ever want to build my team around Glamora. I think I look at Glamora and say, this could be something that patches some of the bad matchups for me. And so I do think it's a high B tier mega. We're gonna see some of it, especially on teams that are weak to Charizard. But I wouldn't I wouldn't try to build around Glamora very proactively if I was team building.
Mm-hmm.
I think the coolest thing I've seen it do so far is it can get on the boards where it can click Sludge Wave next to the steel types, and those Sludge Waves actually do like a lot of damage. You get into the problem at that point where you're saying, why am I not running just Floette and clicking Dazzling Gleam or Charizard and clicking Heat Wave? But like uh it has adaptability, but none of its moves have high base power. It has a decent number of weaknesses. I just think it's like hard to actually position on boards where it's actually doing productive things. But like you said, I think that there are matchups where it is very, very good when the typing does like happen to play out, and I really wouldn't mind having it as my second mega.
The guy
Okay.
kind of reminds me of Landorus Eye, but without terror. Like Landorus Eye without terror is probably a good. But to be fair, I would put Glimmer on a similar level to Blastoise, but yeah, High
Right.
B is basically that level, I guess.
Right. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. I don't know. People were coming at me for putting it in A, but I do think I've seen some friends make it look pretty impressive at the very least. But yeah, I don't know. It's not the most overwhelming guy. Okay. Moving on though. Clefable is a funny one. I think it has enough of a niche that I would put it in C for Clefable. For Chestnut. But yeah, it's funny that like you can run it like the follow me support set is probably still better off running a regular item if it's available, like citrus berry or a like resist berry. Yeah. But if you really wanted to, you could run follow me on it. I think one of the funniest things I saw that was like unintentional, but I saw Adi using it. And he took a parting shot, which switched out his Clefable, and I think he earthquaked himself, which was kind of awkward.
And they forced my Garchomp to earthquake myself. Yep.
But that was really
Damn.
funny. But it did
Got
make me
cooked.
think, though, Adi, that if you ran it like on Trick Room, kind of similar to the Pepper, if you follow me a parting shot, it does get ejected out into your Trick Room sweeper. So, like, that's kind of fun. You keep that instant on the field. But no, it's probably not that good.
Why would
It's
they click parting shot in front of like your Clefable, I don't know,
They don't know
Sinistcha
it's
or
Mega.
Farigiraf board? Yeah, but still, why would they switch up their instant?
No, that's true.
Yeah, no, not in that lead, 100%.
I think it's better off as not a Mega. I think that situationally it is maybe cool. Maybe on Trick Room teams with specific niches, if you really want your Mega to have or your redirection to have specific attributes or do damage. I think it's getting to Earthquake next to it is the theoretical like best thing that you could do with it. But there's so many good Pokemon that you can Earthquake next to. It's not really worth using your Mega on a Clefable as a support Pokemon from when I just trying it out early on.
Yeah. Okay, keeping us moving. Drampa. I think Drampa, one of the other Trick Room sweepers. And I tried it out myself, and it has a lot of weaknesses. My experience running it was taking a Dazzling Gleam from Floette for a casual 80. And then I switched in on a Mousehold once. And as a regular guy, I didn't Mega. I just switched in. I was like, all right, let's get my Berserk activated. And it went for Population Bomb, and it 10 hit me for 90%. And I was like, ow, 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 don't do that. But yeah, I think it belongs in C, probably next to Golurk. I think it's probably better than these personally, genuinely. In terms of like a potential Trick Room guy. You could also run it without Trick Room. If you can find a way to handle the fairy types that hit super effective. Because it's got a decent bulk, but it's yeah, and then it has Roost as well. Roost with Berserk is pretty funny, but yeah, I just like a lot of things that like would really work great if your opponent wasn't like close combating you with Sneasler.
Yeah. For that guy, you can run Sap Zipper. Like the cool part is that it has cool base abilities like Sap Zipper for like Venusard stuff or Cloud9 for Sun stuff. Cloud9 probably better, also for Rain stuff. So yeah, Cloud9 is pretty cool, I guess. So you can like skill div is maybe the wrong word, but you can maybe surprise people. The Cloud9 Drampa in the back, but then yeah, you have a Cloud9 Mega Drampa in the back. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I put Ember in D. Anybody gonna disagree with this one?
Nope.
I think it's better than Pidgeot.
No, I actually think it is. I don't know if it is. I don't think I've ever used this thing.
It's solid in Trick Room. Like,
I guess I kind of see what you're saying.
In Trick Room. But yeah.
We say solid in Trick Room for like a lot of these megas, and I think we should put all of these solid and Trick Room megas in D tier. Sorry, if you need to be put on a hard Trick Room team to maybe be viable, you're not good enough. That's just not how this works.
Fair.
Dude, Unseen Fist is back and Mega Excadrill has it. What do you guys think? Where does it go? Tommy, you tried this one today, maybe?
I have Mole hot takes, yes.
Yeah.
I think Mega Mole is not a good Pokemon, but I think that Excadrillite is one of Excadrill's best items.
Okay.
Because you want to run the sash on something else, or what's the reason?
Yeah. Like if you have the sash on something else, or like you can play that, or you can play White Herb. where I've liked him a lot is not on Sandrush guy, but on Moldbreaker guy, because you can turn off your Moldbreaker and like if you're pairing it with Rotom and stuff like that on like double mega teams. And I found like the option to go between the two to be very actually powerful. The reason why I say that I don't think it's actually a good Mega is because I don't think the ability is that useful on the guy anyways, because when you're running Mega Mole clicking single target moves into things and it's not really that strong. Like I still think the Mon
Mhm.
wants to be clicking Earthquake a lot of the time. And like the main thing you'd be clicking Mega for is you get a little bit bulkier and you become faster to the point where you're outspeeding like Floette all the time now. Even the fast light of Ruin set. Um like I think that I would argue for B. I understand why he's going to be put in C, but I do think the Mon is actually like I think Excadrill is actually pretty good. I don't think the Mon itself is that good. I would not want a solo build around it.
Yeah, I think
Anybody
C is
think it's
fair.
stronger than C? Okay. All right. Oh,
It,
another good
it's
one. Go ahead.
No, it's interesting because of the way you framed it, where I think it is like a lot of the other B tier Pokemon, where it's a good secondary mega on a team that situationally wants to mega. But on the other hand, it is probably C tier power level, but all the C tiers are like Pokemon that you build like stupid gimmicky strategies around, I feel like. And Excadrill does not fit that vibe. But yeah, it's power level wise, I think it's C.
Right.
Sounds about right.
What about the Gator? The Gator. Where does the Gator go?
I haven't seen
Have you
one
seen it?
in.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing does the most damage in the format. It is so funny. Every single one of the double edge calcs are just I do 100% to this Pokemon, and then also I am taking half my HP bar. Um, Alex, I'm gonna
But you
break
don't.
about last night the Mega Kick
Yeah.
set because I think it's funny.
Mega Creek.
You run
Uh,
Mega Kick, and then you can either run it with Gravity Farigiraf or uh Super Sweet whatever the thing is Hype Drapple. And like the thing is, the guy does so much damage that it's like still even a little bit interesting. Like the problem is that you're clicking single target buttons every turn. Floette is like the best mod in the
you can
format.
click Breaking Swipe.
Do the breaking spikes actually do that much damage? I actually haven't seen those calcs yet.
Nah, probably not. It's not boosted by Dragonite either, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Was
need
just
both
thinking of
Floette.
it.
Like he is strong.
I want him to be
Nah,
good,
he's
and
not C
so I
tier.
think he
No, he's
probably.
not C tier, bro. He is not C tier. What is why is this guy over Drampa and Chestnut? Hello.
It could be down here. I don't know. I'm with you, Michael. He just does so much damage, dude. But yeah, he's
I
probably
think
not very good.
I think he's
Okay,
better
why
than
is
you're
Rampardos
like
not the greatest Pokemon of all time?
It's so true.
The Rampardos theorem. He does
That's
so much damage.
all right. All right. Let's keep it moving then. So Frostlass. Frostlass is a very good mega. In fact, I would say it probably goes in the A tier. I've
Above
been
Blastoise.
yeah, I'd say about Blastoise as well. I think it's a very good mega. A lot of the top teams are trying it out as a secondary mega, even with like Floette and stuff like that. I don't know. It just has. It's almost always going to run like Blizzard, Shadow Ball, and probably Protect. But then after that, you can run Sub, Aurora Veil, Nasty Plot, or some other coverage move if you feel like it.
Taunt.
I feel like it has a lot of potential.
Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah. Icy
I
Wind,
think
actually, it's also notable.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if we saw people dropping a coverage move for either Icy Wind or for, I think Aurora Veil is really good, but then you can also run something like a Taunt or an Encore, something like that. So, I definitely think that this is an A tier Pokemon. It's one of those Pokemon that I feel like I haven't seen as much of as I thought I would. But we saw it a
Sure.
lot in like the first week, and then people were like, "Eh." I casted a local, and we had every single weather except for hail or snow, and at the local, which is kind of strange. But but yeah, I do think this is an A tier Pokemon. And I think again, it's kind of harder to build around and figure out exactly how you want to use it because it has a lot of different tools and it has a lot of different potential partners.
I was wondering. Go ahead,
Mhm.
Tommy.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy could sneak up into S. I think he's still a little bit not fleshed out right now to the point where I think I'm okay having him in A. I agree with that. But like I think at its like height, like the speed tier is good. The spread ice damage specifically is like very, very strong. The ghost coverage has seemed decent in the format. I think the third move slot there's like so many different things. It might run into the problem where it has four move slot syndrome, but like there are a lot of different things that it can be doing for you that are powerful. Being
Yeah.
fake out immune is also like really, really, really strong.
I was
Okay.
proposing one thing. Would
Yeah.
you call me crazy to drop Shadow Ball on Frostless?
I guess you
Like
could.
No,
Yeah.
Blizzard Icy
absolutely.
Wind, and I think that's also set. Like obviously you don't hit Delphox, but Delphox outspeeds you anyway, since it's like and Basque Legion, I guess. But like I do believe that people should experiment with Frostless a little more instead of just
Mhm.
putting like Blizzard Shadow Ball or whatever they ticked on it. And like many people just go for standard sets, and I think that's like
It's got more.
another reason why I think
Yeah.
Frostless is a high potential one.
The other thing about Frostfast, I keep harping on this. Sorry, I know we're already over time. It creates really interesting pins. It has Blizzard, which is not a spread. Like the spread moves that people are clicking are almost all like Fire or Fairy right now, and so being able to create different types of pins is going to be really unique and going to break down some defensive cores.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, the frog hard counters it, by the way. Frog outspeeds it and it hits it super effectively. So
Dark Horse
frog
doesn't
goes
KO
one
and I
above it.
T-boat you back.
So yeah, I think the mega frog. I don't think it has any niche over here in VGC. I mean, it's just not
Below B-Dren.
that
Falca's
strong.
right. How many water shuriken hits do you need to kill a normal Aerodactyl through Sash?
Gosh.
Aerodactyl has good SPDF, but you need 4.
Oh my
If
god.
you get 4, it's a roll. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's not
so
good.
bad.
I was looking at it. I was like, I can kill Aerodactyl through Sash. No, you don't.
That's not real. That's
That's
not
rough.
real.
You start him in
Okay.
S tier and you drop 1 tier for every shuriken it takes to have to kill the arrow.
Right.
Okay. The stupid
Oh, what do
Oko
we do
no
with
guard
this
stuff.
guy?
Is this
Yeah.
real? I think it just goes in C.
It's C.
I think it's
Nah. Yeah.
So you want my hot take? This format, I think this is real. I think this is a super low investment way of putting a secondary mode on your team. And I think someone's going to like top cut a regional or top cut with this thing. I think it's like, but it's not something you want to build your team around. If you're building your team around getting this gimmick off, probably not going to work. But if you could find a way to slot it in as a secondary thing your team does, I think this has a lot of potential because a lot of moves get Oko moves and could find a way to slot one on. So it is relatively low investment. It's a team slot and a move slot. That being said,
sure.
yeah, probably C tier. Still a little more gimmicky, kind of like these other guys in C.
But better than Chestnut. Come on.
Dude, I haven't fought it. Yeah, it could be better than Chosna. I'm down for that. Meganium is pretty real. It's making it to the finals of the tournament. Sorry, Tommy, did you have one thing add about Halucha, or should we keep moving?
Yeah, no, like just like keying into the whole like secondary mode thing. Like it's offensive like typing is like also like really solid to like have like on teams. Like I don't think it's unreasonable like be playing on a second mode. And if we get into a metagame where we are playing slower, like bulkier styles of gameplay, I could see just like stopping that onto the end of the team and those like slow grindy matchups actually being like really, really annoying to deal with for those teams. Sorry.
Yeah.
It feels like Terracotta. It feels like Terracotta to me.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
A little bit. Okay, so Meganium, yeah, it's been doing well in grassroots. Pairing it with like sand or rain is kind of the way to go because it has some uncomfortability in Charizard, in Gengar. Actually, a lot of these megas above it hit it, and then Sneasler for non-megas. Yeah. So, but that said, it's like grass typing. I think is actually hard to come by. So I think there's like it's not too easy to get like a grass type on. And so yeah, because we don't have Rillaboom and Amoonguss, so you have to like learn how to use other grass types. And this thing has like a 180 base power grass move, a 150 base power fire move at like all times. That's kind of really strong. On top of that, pairing it with like Dazzling Gleam, I guess it's got a 143 special attack stat. I would say it's probably like either the bottom of A or top of B.
Whoa, A tier. Damn, that's crazy.
I think it's definitely A. Like I think it's above Blastoise.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have also said between Frostless and Blastoise, honestly.
Okay.
All right.
I thought it was B tier just because I also think it's not. I never want to build my team around this guy. I think this is a great secondary mega, much like all the guys in B tier. Where
I think it's a build.
I think you build around it for sure.
Yeah. Okay, maybe you build around it, but I think it almost requires a secondary mega because it's so bad into Gengar, and against Charizard, you basically don't have an ability. And so
with Beta Mega, I think people have played it, and also you don't need a second Mega, in my opinion, to make it work.
I'm with it.
Fair enough. We can put it in A.
Let's keep it moving. So Meowstick, I saw a funny tweet about Meowstick today saying that you can literally like Eevee and Alakazam to have the same bulk as Meowstick while still hitting harder and being faster. And I was like, that is so silly. So of course,
Wait,
the differences
there's
lie in
literally
the
zero reason. Actually, competitive.
No.
yeah. There's the move pool
Fake
and then
out.
the pre-evolution
Yeah.
abilities as well to factor in. And sure, that I guess that's something. I still think it goes down in D. I think it still goes down in D.
But
Yeah,
it's probably top D.
top of D.
I've been using this guy. I think that having fake out makes it have a niche over Alakazam. I think it's another one of those Pokemon where you can use it as a supporter, and then if you don't necessarily need another item on it, you can just mega it, and you just do trace a funny ability or do big damage or whatever. But no, it's not very good.
Okay.
The one so if you Terra, you have faster fake out. Not Terra, Mega. You have a faster fake out than Sneasler, and you can outspeed and KO Sneasler. That's the other fun little thing that it does.
All right, we all need to shut up for a second and let Adi talk. Adi, tell us about Skarmory.
I really wanted Skarmory to be good, man. This is the first Pokemon I built around. It's bad. It's probably D tier. I don't think this mon is, legit. I don't think this mon is usable, and the main reason is it takes too much damage to when it clicks a Brave Bird, and it's clicking Brave Bird almost every turn. Ironhead doesn't have your opponent can make it, so Ironhead doesn't do enough damage, and so yeah, it's like a clicking double edge with Feraligatr, except it takes more to set up. Maybe you can leverage this as like a fast tailwind setter that also does other stuff and I don't know, has Ironhead for a Floette. I missed a KO on a Charizard with a Rock Slide, which is really sad as well. So yeah, I don't know. I can't figure out why I would use this mon. I think it's so underwhelming, and it's just another one of the fast frail attackers.
Pretty good, isn't it? Against the
Typing's
top
cool.
megas.
Yeah, but then it
Brave Bird
kills
was
itself
nice.
when it tries to do damage. And then, so it takes one KO, right, and goes down.
Rough.
Yeah. All right. Well, if I'm not gonna try to talk it up higher than whatever Adi says. So I think if he says it goes in D, that's fine by me. This thing it's doing well in singles actually. I think from what I've heard in BSS.
In and out is funny. It can 1v1 some threats like Primarina. I should not talk about it. Let's talk about what's it doing? If it had Rage Powder, it had a niche. It doesn't. It has Chlorophyll, so maybe you can use it as non-mega against opposing Sun teams and put them to sleep. But then
what side does it go on Beedrill? What side?
It's better than Beedrill.
It's better than Beedrill.
It's also better than Chimecho, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Pincer. I've actually seen some people using Pincer. I also
it
lost
got a top
to...
8. It got a top 8 in a grasswood, in a big grasswood.
Was it the mono bug or was that a different one?
It was $3. It was not mono bug, but it was
I lost to mono bug on the ladder, but they didn't bring the Pincer against me. It didn't come out. I just lost to Scizor. Scizor rocked me, but I think it has Aerialate. What are you saying?
What is its Aerialate move that it's clicking right now?
Body Slam. Body Slam currently.
Yeah, no return. A quick attack and feint.
And feint. It has feint.
Flying type feint. It's pretty decent.
Sorry,
really cool.
If you have Body Slam on your set, you're going in D tier.
It learns double edge.
No, it's going in C, Adi. I'm sorry. Slam. It's going slightly above D.
Double edge OKOs everything. Well, it's just better than Feraligatr. What are we doing? Flying.
I think it's better than that. I think I actually would say it's better than the Halucha Oko strategy and Drampa. Maybe not better than Golurk.
We have no flying wizards. Our flying wizards are Aerodactyl and Excadrill. Those are fake.
All right, Slowbro.
I just put close combat on my pins here. GG.
All right, what do you want? Slowbro just goes in D, right? There's nothing really to see here.
It has Oblivious Trick Room. It cannot get taunted pre-mega, that is.
That's kind of fun.
When how much special attack does it have? 130? It's not terrible, but not great.
I'm going to put it down here, maybe below Meowstick, I guess.
Yeah,
Tommy, tell me about the crab. You've tried it.
He goes right next to Golurk. You get him in Trick Room, he clicks buttons, he hits really hard, but you need to put him in Trick Room and he clicks single target damage buttons, and you're like, okay, why
He's better than Golurk.
He's better than Golurk for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I moved it in the wrong spot. There we go. All right, Alakazam, the better Meowstick.
Right above
C tier.
Right above Meowstick. Right above Meowstick.
Actually, speed swap, 150 base speed swap is kind of fun. Inner focus, pre-mega is kind of fun, and it hits hard. It's kind of fun. And like
I would
against
put it
Sun
here.
teams, if you win with 50, you
No,
can
here.
trace Chlorophyll and nuke the Venu. Or like it has a good toolkit.
So it got second at the local that I casted this weekend. Miastic Alakazam with Psychic Terrain, and Expanding Force and Gravity and Focus Blast, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think its speed tier is excellent. Notably, it outspeeds Scarf Basket Legion and it can trace adaptability, which I think is very funny. And so yeah, I think this has maybe a little bit of a niche. I think it's C tier.
Yeah,
Okay.
coverage is also pretty good. So yeah.
All right, then Gyarados. Gyarados has won Worlds. It's literally a Worlds winning Mega. How do we feel about Gyarados?
There are no electric types, so like
Right.
I guess we have Rotom, and that's it, as far as I know.
Moldbreaker, Earthquake, the Rotoms. GG.
It's one of the best contenders for double mega slot. Like you can so easily slot the mega stone on it, and it's like fine. You get to make it be a dark type, so it's like it means a prankster and shit like that. Like it's fine. I think there are instances where you want to like put Gyarados on your team because he is the like intimidate flying type in the format that you switch into Garchomp. I don't think it's like I think it's like very similar to my argument with Excadrill, where it's like I don't necessarily like playing like a Gyarados, but I think I could throw the Mega Stone on it, and it's probably one of its better items. Maybe not its best item, but it's one of its better items. So
Also, for those unaware, it got Power Whip back. Like
Yo.
Power Whip got
Oh.
removed in Gen 9, and now it has Power Whip again. Interesting for like Rotom Wash, I guess for some other water types as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it at the bottom of B because I feel like it's probably not that much better than Venu, but
Yeah,
okay.
no, B is decent.
Absol, we'll talk in a couple months when you're not that Absol.
The other Absol is also trash, by the way. What do you mean Dark Ghost? But yeah.
Okay,
good
MDB, I
stuff.
need you to loop me in because I was kind of following the people using Mega Aggron, but I'm not sold. I really don't think it seems that good. Do you think that I think Joe was using it. Somebody else was trying it.
Yeah,
You think it's good?
Fede Campo was using it.
Yes.
There were a few people using it, and they all performed not that well. I think it's cool. Like I think people should not use Iron Defense Body Press. I think Avalanche Guy is pretty funny, like avalanching
Sure.
Garchomps. And like Heavy Slam Avalanche on a Trick Room team, like offensive egg one, works better than like this Iron Defense Body Press shit. So yeah, I think it's probably I don't know if it's B or C, but something around those lines.
I think it goes in C. Maybe like towards the upper side of C. We could say that it's like
Yeah, like behind Scovillain or like
I think
on top of
Scovillain
Yeah.
probably is better, genuinely. So yeah, I'll put it there. Oh,
Okay.
dude, I wanted to build around Altaria. I think it
I
seems
love
cool.
Altaria.
It's such a cool design.
Someone,
Howdy?
I got a message from someone saying they were like top 100 on ladder with Altaria. Don't know how legit that is, but you know, hey, like I think it's got Cloud9, and then it can turn into a cool ability. Like maybe
Hyper Voice Pixelate is like it's Gardevoir, but not Gardevoir.
Oh,
Right.
cool! Another fairy type that clicks a spread move. That's unique.
Well,
That has
this
a
one, no,
fairy
Adi,
type
this one's
weakness.
cool because it's weak to fairy. This one's weak to fairy. So it loses against the other fairies.
But it's better than Clef. That's
C
I
tier,
think-
I think.
You
Let's
think
see
it's
how you-
C? I think it's C. I think it's
Yeah.
hanging out here. Camerupt. I don't think there's ever a reason to use Camerupt over Torkoal. I
lost
know
to Camerupt in the warm-up challenge twice.
twice. Oh no! All right, if you want to beat Michael, it's S tier easily.
No, but like, that guy is scary just because I think there are reasons to put him over Torkoal, and that you can play Blastoise Camerupt Hard Trick Room. Because Blastoise can spout, this guy can erupt, so
Right.
yeah, double mega
Can-
Hard Trick Room.
Can we have a separate tier for only if you're running a dogshit hard trick room team, and then put all the megas that fit that description in there? Put it in between C and D tier so everyone knows exactly what we're talking about.
I'm honestly down for it. It seems like it's kind of necessary.
It's hard trick room, but capitalize the D in hard.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
You
All
also
right, and then
gotta
we'll
change
make
the
it
color.
pink or purple for Trick Room.
I-
Dude, it's so big. Oh no, I changed the one that
Oh
existed.
no!
Whoops.
Oh,
All right.
weird.
See. All right. So while we're on the subject of talking about Trick Room, I need somebody to talk about Gardevoir while I
Oh,
make
God
this
was
change.
cool, but I never
So-
tried her because of Beast.
Guardy is probably the Mega I've played the most games with so far.
Okay.
I think it's pretty good because we've talked ad nauseum about how doomed we think Trick Room is, and
Yeah.
I think that there's only like two ways right now currently that I like to play Trick Room, which is I either play Trick Room with my Trick Room setter, I get into Trick Room and use Torkoal, or like I use Torkoal, and then you get out of Trick Room and win with an out of Trick Room Mega. Or I think Guardy as the offensive Trick Room setter that clicks Trick Room and then just like spamming Hyper Voice in Trick Room is the one main thing that like the only reason I think you would run it over Flow for the most part. But I do think that that niche is like somewhat cool. It does have the problem where you can't lower its IVs, so it is just like a little bit faster than you would like it to be. That said, I don't think that the speed tier is like killer for it to do that role. I do think that it is. I would say like low A, high B, but I definitely think it's at least B.
I think it's a
Yeah.
great tail room one together with Aerodactyl,
Yes.
for example. And that's like my go-to Talon setup. If you use Talonflame, you suck. Nah, but
I like
like I
Arrow.
think
I like
it's
Arrow.
pretty good. Speaking of which, you should move Clefable down. I think Clefable's only hard trick room board.
Yeah, that seems real.
And yeah, I would put it in. I think
I
it's
would.
better than Gilboa and like
I'm
around
happy to say
Meganium
it's
level.
top of B.
Okay.
No, Meganium sounds about accurate for it, so we could put it
Yeah.
like above or below Meganium. That sounds fine to me. I also just
Yeah.
want to mention really quick that it has plenty of good moves outside of Trick Room as well. If you want to
Yeah,
not
I
commit
guess
to a Trick Room,
Encore, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, everything.
you want to know the
Vacuum
fun
Wave.
new one that it gets? Vacuum Wave. Yeah, Vacuum Wave is base.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes. Vacuum Wave is cool. You want to finish off that Sash Aerodactyl, you can take it out. If you want to, get around King Gambit
Gambit.
Sucker Punch, you can just Aurasphere. Or not Aurasphere. It does.
It does
I was-
also get OSP, I believe.
There you go.
If I...
How'd Villain get in Trick Room? Caleb, you can check Len's Twitter. Len was using a build with it. But basically, the idea is you Rage Powder Trick Room. And then if it's alive, you click attacks. And you burn the things
okay.
on the...
Trick Room guy, I reject this notion. If anything, like put Villain back up one tier and move for Alligator back down into the hard Trick Room. That's where he
Well,
belongs.
Froggetter's not a hard Trick Room guy. Villain is a hard Trick Room guy, but also it can work on other
Nah, I
builds a
think
little bit.
Scovillain works on plenty of other teams as well.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it should go.
He's a Rage Powder bot spreading burn. Like that is his job. It's not tied to Trick Room at all.
It already had Vacuum Wave. I don't know if it had Vacuum Wave when we last played Mega.
In SV, it was in SV, but not in Mega.
Right.
Like it got it in Gen 9.
The Prankster
not in
one.
Champion.
This one, I think Wolf won a regional with this one, right? I don't think it's good. I don't think it's very...
Poltergeist hurts. Like that's the edition from like 2016, I guess, or 14. I don't know when Mega started to be a role, but Poltergeist is cool.
No, with double Mega Venu in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Mega Man. What about Mega Man?
I think it's terrible, but I saw people use it to like decent success. I guess it's a C tier.
I would say C seems accurate for it. Probably around Aggron. Like I think it's pretty playable. Scovillain's going to be the gate to C. But I'm down for that. Mega Medicham, not a lot to say about this one. I don't really think it's
haven't
that
seen a
good.
single one, which is surprising because I thought
it's strong, but also
finalist.
You could just use a Sneasler. You could just use a Sneasler and have a better time. So, yeah, I would say it's honestly probably worse than Beedrill. Whatever. Sableye. I think Sableye is a solid Pokemon. I don't think Mega Sableye is very good.
What? Okay, I was about to say since when it's a Mega.
I think Sableye is decent. I think it's decent, but yeah, Mega Sableye pretty terrible. I would say it's better than Absol. I don't know. The ones here at the bottom, I've lost track of where they actually are. Sharpedo also really bad. I haven't even seen regular Sharpedo, which I think would be better than running Mega.
I think
but
Gwen is better.
Oh, Gren. Yeah, Gren is definitely better. I think this guy is pretty bad. T-Tar, that's a real mega. Okay. Where do we put T-Tar?
Took a while until we got there.
Probably an A, I would say.
I think
A for
I
sure.
think so. Yeah.
Um,
This is the best secondary mega that you can
I think
put
it's
on a
better
team, it
than
feels like.
Meganium and Gardevoir, like genuinely. I think Mega Tita, it just is so tanky. It wins a lot of weather wars. I would put, like, in my opinion, it's top 7 right now.
I would
Sure,
say
yeah.
I'd put it above Blastoise and below Frostlass personally.
That also works.
So if I was saying that Excadrill is like one of Excadrill's best item, I think Tyranitar is just T-Tar's best item. And
Sadly.
I think Mega T-Tar is fine, but I do think his Megastone is like almost certainly like his best item.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
the main
sadly,
thing there.
because it just gets OKO'd still from a lot of stuff, honestly. But
Like, I just added it to a team because I felt like I was weak to Frostlass, and it was really cool to be able to, like, reset the weather, and then, you know, they mega, and then be like, no, it really is going to be sand this time. Like, it's going to be sand,
what if
okay?
you mega and they protect, and then they mega?
No, Michael, don't worry. The game played out that I protected first. So, I was like, you first, okay? So...
What if they click Blizzard War without megaing turn 1 and then tagged? What about that?
Yes, then they're better than me. Speaking of, you know, if we really want to win the weather war for snow, you can run Mega Abomasnow. It can set the snow and then set the snow again.
Probably.
Crab.
I think it's just
for you. It's like K-Rock level.
You will not
think-
disrespect Paul Chua by not putting this thing at least in the Hard Trick Room tier.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Dude.
like, it's a Blizzard spamming.
Paul's team was cool back in the day. That was back when Paul ran cool teams.
I low key, I think that Scarf and normal Abomasnow is maybe a real Pokemon. It hits a nice speed tier. But Mega Abomasnow is harder to justify probably in Hard Trick Room.
It's
Better
funny,
than
this guy
Vanilla?
cheated a lot too. It got like so much BST because they dropped a lot of speed and then gave it more stats on Mega, you know? All right. Amphi, it's Raging Bolt. And welcome back, Raging Bolt. Mega Ampharos is like, at least it was my favorite Mega in the original run. I love its design. I think it's pretty bad.
Yep.
Garchomp's real enough that it probably goes in like C tier, unless you guys think it should be higher.
I think it is the same as Excadrill, where it is a viable item on a, like, the difference being it's less viable than Excadrill. There are better items for Garchomp to run.
Yeah.
Not a ton of better items for Garchomp to run, but it is a far better Pokemon than Excadrill is. So I think that it's one of those options where if you are running bulky Garchomp, you might as almost, you really can just run your Megastone on it and say, I'm going to get super bulky and I don't really care about my speed stat, and I'm going to take my 170 attack stat every so often.
Dude, don't show me that, Nick. Don't tell me that. Wait, no, that's regular Abomasnow. Oh, but I get it. You're just trying to refute Adi's Scarf idea. Tough. Okay. Next up, Mega Arrow. I have not liked Mega Arrow from the perspective that I think Sash Arrow is so much better, and I don't think you should run this as like a, oh, I might as well just run it, like, or like if something else has the Sash. But yeah, Tommy, what do you have to add?
I disagree. I think that getting over the speed tier at times can be really useful. Like being able to, like, for sure get over opposing arrow, and then being able to click your buttons, be able to like 100% get over like Jolly Scarf Basque and click your buttons. Like, I have really enjoyed it as a second Mega. I'll agree with you in the terms that I would almost always rather run Sash if I had my Sash open, but if I had my Sash taken and I wanted to run the arrow on the team, I don't feel bad about putting the Megastone on it because I do think it gets value out of it. And it's like generally like a pretty good Pokemon. Like having the dual wing beats actually hit harder, like can be strong. And I don't think it's a bad one. Like, do I think it's B? Maybe. If not, it's definitely around like Excadrill, but I think it's like I think it's in between T-Tar and like the Garchomp Executor. So yeah,
I would put it above Gyarados.
I like
think
it
it's
B.
more usable than
I think it's
Like,
better than
oh,
Vino as well, and like
yeah.
Zard. I had so much success with Mega Arrow because it's faster than like Scarf Basket Legion. It's super strong. It's like the fastest Pokemon in the meta actually. Yeah, like clicking rock side not being boosted by
What
tough
speed stat
growth
is
is a
it?
little
Is it the
sad.
same as Shadow Rider?
150.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Shadow Rider.
150. It's speed
Okay,
times
so-
Alakazam for the speed ceiling.
There's some
Yeah,
things that
so
might even outrun it in Tailwind if they're on the slower end, huh?
exactly. So I
And
think that guy is amazing.
the other thing is, if you look at these top megas, a lot of them look at Mega Charizard teams and say, I could use a second Mega into Sun teams. You know, like Floette doesn't really love facing down Charizard. Gengar doesn't love facing down Charizard. I don't think Meganium loves facing down Charizard. Like, there's a lot of Megas that, like, you could say, I would put a Mega Aerodactyl on my team to help that matchup out and do a little more damage. And on top of just having an Aerodactyl when I need it. Same with Glamora. That's kind of how I feel about Tyranitar for a lot of teams as well. So it's one of the three rock type megas that I think are excellent secondary megas situationally, but you never build around Mega Aerodactyl.
I
Mhm.
low key think it could be A tier, just because I do think as a secondary mega, it is very, very strong. It's like you're not gonna always want to run it when you have Arrow on your team, which I guess you could detract points from for sure. But like in terms of like I have the Mon on my team and I have the Mega Stone on it, I've only been impressed in situations in which that is the case.
I agree with that, but I think it's also like I dislike that all your moves are inaccurate. Like even your coverage moves, Ice Fang, Fire Fang, Thunder
Yeah.
Fang, Aqua Tail. I think it lost Aqua Tail actually, so it cannot even hit like ground types. I guess the ground type is Chomp, so you can Ice Fang that, but it's inconsistent. That's what I want to say.
All right, I think we have a bunch of really strong ones to round it out here, and I mean, mostly inconsequential. Some of them will be a little bit
Glalie.
higher than others, though. But Glalie, I'm not very sold on Glalie. If I want to use an Ice type Mega, I'm probably using the other Split Evolution Frostlass.
You mean you're
Um,
using a Abomasnow, right?
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
have
yeah.
I mean,
This guy,
Explosion Trick Room, it's
You're using
fun, but
Abominable.
I
it
would be,
has
yeah.
like,
I
yeah.
think Mega Lopunny,
No.
like we could probably put it in like C. I think it's solid. If they didn't take away return and or double edge from it, it would have been so solid. But they didn't give it.
I
It would
would
have been
just
decent.
hit Mega Kick. I just hit your Mega Kick. Like, what do you mean?
Okay, but if we're just hitting our Mega Kick, then for Alligator's up in A tier. Let's go.
Oh,
Okay.
I still think it's
But
so funny that we were talking about for Mega Kick
Yeah.
for Alligator. Like he is this huge jaw guy, or at the very least claws, and it's like one of his best moves might be using his feet. It's so
I used
stupid.
Lopunny in one of the first grassroots, and it was a double Mega team with Aero, if I remember correctly, and Aero was the goat. Lopunny was kind of
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I want to put it like by
Bottom
home.
of
Below
C,
the
very
Java.
bottom of C.
Very bottom
Yeah,
of C?
like
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
theater.
All right.
it's a hard
Lucario.
sell.
Adaptability.
This one, I think this one might be viable, but I haven't really looked at it enough to say that it is. But
It's slower than
Fighting
Sneasel, right?
Steel is
Weird,
good
right?
offensive coverage.
Why is Lucario so much worse than Glamora? Because it has more speed, it also has adaptability. Like its defense, like its typing is not bad defensively and offensively. But I know it's worse. But why is it worse?
I think it's because Sneasler does a lot of the same for the like you have fighting coverage that's really strong. It's faster, and then you have the poison move that hits fairies. The steel hits fairies as well, but yeah, honestly, if Lucario had Follow Me, it'd probably be a little bit of a different conversation. But it doesn't have Follow Me, so it has Final Gambit. It's
I
the
think
only mon in the game
regular
that gets Final
Scarf guy
Gambit.
is probably better, right? With like Final Gambit.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd
you can
say
sing a song.
it's probably
But,
bottom of C. Oh no, I mean
Yeah.
it could go in the hard trick room category, but it doesn't even deserve that. It doesn't even deserve
Nope.
that.
I don't think it learns. Did it learn Trick Room? Wait.
Yeah.
It's
It's like,
Audino is the reason we need a tier below Beedrill.
Yeah. I
well,
will not
Embor is,
stand.
in my opinion, the reason, dude. I think he's horrible. I think Embor's so bad.
Well, I already won 10 games with Embor. Let him be.
Let him be.
Okay. Michael, the Ember Master, or whatever the title is.
No, just
Yeah.
admirer. He's just an admirer.
I'm an Incineroar admirer. Incineroar? What the hell? Embor admirer.
Oh my gosh, what a slip. Okay, Gallade real quick. Probably with these other fighting megas, I could see it having some potential, but
I think
I don't know.
worst.
I have to look
Abilities
up the
are good,
stats.
but
It has inner
110
focus. It has buffed
speed.
inner focus.
It has
That's not
110 speed, 120 speed def, 140 attack, and that's pretty much it.
No, this like I'm looking at this guy. It's really not bad. I'm surprised we aren't using this a little more.
Well,
I
the
saw one
psychic
team
moves
using
are
it. I would be
just
willing to put
so
it like
bad.
below
Like Zen
Hellbleach in here.
Headbutt and Psycho Cut are both terrible.
It
Yeah,
gets
where's the
triple axle.
sharpness
Is
here?
that new?
What do you mean new? Like Triple Axel got added in Generation 8, so it's new to Mega
Oh,
Gallade, I guess.
I guess
But
so. Yeah.
yeah, Gallade had it for a while now.
I mean, it's a fighting type that can hit flying types, which is also just pretty cool. So
Okay, that's fair. But cannot every like fighting type learn Walk Slide, Stone Edge, or Triple Axel now?
We're
Sure.
ending on a pretty goofy guy here. And I honestly am kind of a hater on this thing. I do not see
I think it's unplayable. I genuinely
unplayable.
think it's unplayable.
I don't think I see the vision with this. So, Tommy, can you tell me if you think you have any faith in this thing?
So yeah, like it needs to be running 6 moves. It's like its main problem.
Okay.
If it had access to all of its moves, it would be probably pretty solid because like flip turn is like the flip turns hitting as hard as they are is really really strong. I think that's its main selling point. Beyond that though, it's like it wants to run Zen, it speed ties Sneasler, it like wants to run coverage Ice Spinner for Garchomp, but it can't really do that. So then you're playing it on Rain, but then when you not playing one of the other 5 good megas that like only work on Rain, it's I think it's like top of C probably, but I don't think it's like
Top of C is crazy.
I definitely don't think it's like unplayable garbage, but
Now I
it-
would also put it in C, but like top of C is wild.
like
I think top
under
is,
Mole maybe. Like under Mole is probably
that
where
seems
I put
right.
it.
That seems
Yeah.
right. Sharpedo.
But what
No,
are
we
the
got Mega
6 moves?
Sharpedo.
I count 9 moves, like Liquidation, Aqua Jet, Flip Turn, Protect, Zen Headbutt, Ice Spinner, Power Swap, no Power Swap, Skill Swap, Recover. Like its bulk is not bad, but yeah.
And it hits hard. It's just you need more moves than you're ever going to have access to in a game. So
Right. Could you scroll up again? I wanna see like.
Yeah, I was gonna add Scizor in because we apparently missed
Oh.
Scizor, which is
We
a very
don't
real
know
one.
that.
But yeah, Scizor is like
Yeah.
not in the list. I think even as a regular guy, I was gonna use the regular guy in its place. I have the sprites saved, but I don't
Use
know where on
Beedrill.
my computer. Use Beedrill. um, yeah, I guess we could. We could. I was trying to see is there
I mean-
another like steel bug, but I don't think there is. There's nothing like
No.
they have Cleavor.
It's
We can use
actually
Cleavor.
it's just where
Yeah.
Where would you guys put
A.
S.
Mega Scizor?
I think A
S.
seems right.
Yeah,
S.
I'm pretty happy with it. Let me see.
I think that
probably above
Scissor-
Guardy.
Now
Maybe above
above,
Blastoise too.
I think above Frostlass actually. To me, it's top 5.
Really? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, sell me on it. And while you sell me on it, I'm gonna see if I can find a real Scizor picture.
I think after a single Swords Dance, it is starting so many mons in the format. I was really surprised at how little damage it actually takes from like anything besides the fire moves. So it gets to stick on field pretty well. I think there are a lot of different mons that complement it as well. Like you can run it with the competitive guys. You can run it with I've liked it a lot on Rain so far. To be able to like patch up that weakness, and like the Rain teams with Scissor on them are the ones that I felt the strongest into Floette teams with so far, because you just have a lot of different like ways to actually threaten the guy, because you have both Basque and Scissor at different points in the field being able to like put damage into it. You naturally have the you know the answers to Ensign, which is like always the big one. Yeah, and then you don't get to bring in a Desart. Like that would be the one knock I think I have on it, is that there are times in which you could want a second Mega for Scissor teams, but I also think you totally could run him as the solo Mega. And like just look at all the good Megas besides the Fire types. I would like pretty happily bring him to almost every other one of them because I think he threatens them all.
Yeah, no, for sure. Also, Bug Bite is a great move, and funnily enough, with my warm-up challenge team, I never brought Floette to any Scissor teams because they were just they would looked disgusting, and when I had to play, like, it's not bad to play without your Mega, because it's not your restricted basically, and it's also fine to not play your restricted if you know what I mean. But
Right.
yeah, Scissor is a guy. I think he's great.
So if we were talking about how Delphox is here as because of its relationship in a large part, not exclusively, but in a large part because of how well it answers into the other megas, I think that you can look at Scissor in a very similar way in that it doesn't answer into the fire type specifically, but it's also good into a lot of the tertiary pieces that are not the fire types around it. I
Mm.
found it's like very good into Sneasler because once you get the sword stance up, you are actually threatening it, and it's not like you're taking that much from the CC. Especially with Intimidate. Also with like White Herb guy running around being the top guy, but like I've found board states to get very out of hand very, very fast when the guy gets SD up. I've just been very impressed by it, like more so than I ever thought I was going to be by it.
And
Oh, man.
it's like you don't have place to run boost, right? You always need tech to attacks, probably.
Probably, yeah. Probably Bug
Dang,
Bite,
there's some
Bullet
pretty
Punch.
bad ones that we're missing. That's pretty funny. Somebody pointed out we're missing Steelix, Heracross, and Houndoom. I didn't even know Houndoom was in the game. The other two I think I at least knew.
Houndoom isn't in the game, is it?
Houndoom
Oh,
is
we do have
not in
Mega
the
Houndoom.
game.
We don't have
Oh, we
Pyroar.
do?
Sorry. Yeah, we do.
Okay,
I think
my
we do have Mega Houndoom. I don't know.
All
Haven't ever seen
three of
it.
them would go in D, so don't worry. Nothing
Yeah.
Yeah.
lost.
I'm looking at this list, and I think if we swap Scizor and Frostlass, I look at those first 5 and say I would start building around those 5 for a tournament
I
and feel very
disagree. I
happy.
think Sizzy is
I think
better.
Scizor is very
I-
good.
I think Scizor might be better, but I feel like again I look at it and it's like this is a Pokemon that's very good and it's non-Mega form as well, and I almost want it as my secondary Mega where I feel like I can bring it as a non-Mega Pokemon and also bring it as a Mega Pokemon. I wouldn't start my team building around it, although Tommy has been talking it up and kind of selling me on it, so maybe I should hold it in high regard. But right now it's not in my top 5. Like just it's not in my top 5 things to start building around, even if it might end up on more teams
I-
than you think because it beats Floette and it beats like all this random shit.
I would flip the thing that you're saying in terms of very specifically in terms of Scissor in that I think it's a mega that you can put on a team and you don't feel bad about adding a second mega onto the team because you can just bring Scissor non-mega and it is valuable in that aspect. I think that like a lot of the other megas you're like, oh yeah, I don't mind bringing this like T-Tar like extra like guard snap. Like I don't mind throwing the Mega Stone on that guy because it's good. I feel like you can throw Scissor on a team and then you're like, oh, I want to add a second Mega for matchups, and you're like, oh great, I already have Scissor. I don't have to worry about like I could just bring him to games sometime because he's just fine as is.
No, that
Mhm,
makes
mhm.
sense. It's also funny that S and A together we have 10 mons. We have 2 in S and 8 in A. So that's our top 10.
Yeah,
looks like.
yeah.
There you go.
We still have Gengar as the third best Mega, which feels like it's less of a hot take putting it at A than it is,
I
but like
still
it is
think
still.
Delphox should be way lower. Now that I keep thinking about it, but let's keep it at that. But I do believe Delphox is a fraud.
Right. Actually, I'm looking at Delphox, and it has a positive matchup into the 3 megas on its left and the 2 on its right. So that's like
I
kind
would
of what
not
it's all
consider
about.
all of those good matchups. Like Scizor is mainly paired with Rain. Have fun. Frostless eats a Heat Wave. OKO's back with Shadow Ball. Gengar also is kind of tricky because you still get trapped and just yeah.
I have counters to all
Zard,
of your arguments, MDB, because
like
against
I don't
Rain
know
with
the
Scizor, I
matchup
have
into
Sun.
Zard
I have
is
Sun on
good.
my Delphox team.
Okay,
Against Gengar, I
my
also have
bad.
redirection, so you're gonna Shadow Ball my Mousehold while I Psychic your Mousehold. So
No, I feel
And I
like
also
Delphox is
clicked Gravity
crazy.
Fire Blast into Psychic Terrain Expanding Force into your Frostlass. So now what?
Okay. Okay, my
yes.
bad. I lost. Next time I will get you.
Shake
GG.
my hand.
GG.
Do we have any other final comments though about this or anything? Obviously, we've gone way over time, so I will try to wrap it up here. All right.
I think
Then
we've talked a lot.
Yeah,
No,
we
we
did.
said what we got to say.
And yeah, we'll see how much this changes over the course of the next couple of weeks. I don't see us being drastically wrong. Calc is right. No, we do not have time for Calc is right. I don't see us being drastically wrong about a lot of the megas in S and A, but I'm very curious to see about those B and C tier megas that like somebody really works on to make those like strong teams around, because those are the ones that, you know, maybe somebody just finds that potential that people didn't realize and says like, you know, actually this thing belongs in A. You just were all building it wrong. You know, that's gonna be the fun of seeing how people explore this format.
I will be the best Ember player. You heard it.
Okay,
first.
okay, yes, please do convince me. Get 100 wins with it. Get 100 wins with it. Get the professor badge.
Oh,
Everyone should
I
at
have
least be
to.
B
I
tier.
told you,
Bento
I'm
Box, I
not
already replied
collecting.
to you. It's not B tier. It's bad. It should be lower
The
than
C tier
it is.
megas are totally usable. Don't be discouraged if your mega is in C tier, because like I said, a few of these guys are going to pop up and definitely overachieve, and we're definitely underestimating them, but there's a lot of them that I think have that potential to see some success on the right team in the right format.
I think any
me,
one
it's
of those
only
C tier guys
storyline
could
and
totally,
form.
if not win a regional, definitely like top cut a regional for sure. Like absolutely any of the C tier megas.
I'm
Can't
so
wait for
ready
Agron
for
to
the
win
mega
Indy.
kicks
Go, yeah.
from the water guy, which name I forgot. The Alligator. The mega.
But yeah, if we're wrong, honestly, you don't have to just tell us in the chat. Also, go. I mean, feel free to reply in the comments. Tell us what's wrong. But also, go out there and win a tournament with it. Yeah, if you're here now,
And then talk shit in the comments.
yes, yeah.
As
then
always.
come back and like quote retweet us like on Twitter and be like, these guys were stupid. These guys were dumb for thinking Starmie was C tier when it was actually the best mega in the format. Does Hard Trick mean bad? That's up to your own interpretation, but look where it's placed. Look where it's placed. Anyways,
I would have placed it between S and A if you ask me. But...
So true. Anyways, yeah, Adi already linked it here, but if you are watching this now, but you didn't catch the beginning, it is all going to be on YouTube tomorrow. CK49. Thanks again for joining us, Tommy and Michael. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me. I also enjoyed it, even though I disconnected for like 2 minutes.
It was like a second. It was nothing.
I enjoy coming out of my retirement home every 6 months for my top ticks clock in.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, and otherwise, yeah, obviously tune into Michael's streams. I'll be streaming more this week as well, so come hang out for those. And yeah, otherwise say hi to Will for us, and everybody have a good night and keep enjoying Champions. Peace out, peeps.